Hey, Bob, you're watching Dolly Vision.
The evidence seems to indicate that you're watching Dolly Vision.
Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, king of beats. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost soul shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light. Jumping up, Dolly Vision's dreaming real. True crime scene blasted, feel so unreal. YouTube madness, like, share, subscribe. Chats on fire, burning the world's fire. Where's the baby missing, shadows crawl. People whisper footsteps down the hall. Fingerprints of the dead, cold as stone. He's got the scoop, best around town known. Dolly Vision headlines, king of beats. Truth unravels, crackling through the heat. Lost souls shouting, echoes in the night. Rock the truth while live on air light.
What is up, YouTube? It is Dolly back in the house. And oh my God, do we got some stuff to check out tonight? Sebastian Rogers. Is this little boy alive? Well, a lot of people don't think he's with us, but what I'm going to show you in just a little bit may change your mind about that. Is Sebastian out there? That is the question we're asking. And there's new photos emerging that look a lot like Sebastian. And we're going to go over that here tonight. But first, guys, of course, I'm going to need you to leave your fingerprints and your DNA right down here on that like button. We got 617 of you here. We have it on members only. When we hit 1,000 likes, I will open it up to everybody. So if you're out there watching and you're not a member, all you have to do is like the video, and soon we will open the chat for each and every one of you. Now, listen, if you're watching out there and you ain't subbed up to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Sub up the channel, ring the bell for notifications, and of course, feel free to share Dolly on all your social media platforms and with your granny and your pawpaw. Okay, it's Christmas time. They need a little true crime in their life. Now, of course, I want to give my warnings tonight because, you know, some of these people, when you talk Sebastian Rogers, they want to sue you. They want to take charges on you. They want to stalk you. They want to be all kind of crazy. So I have to give my warnings tonight. Dolly Visions for entertainment purposes only. We talk news, rumors, gossip, speculation, theories. Oh my! Of course, we mix it with a little bit of comedy and a whole lot of chaos. So don't take nothing here as fact. It's just my opinion, people. Completely satire. Now, I will post a link for people to come up tonight and to discuss this case with me. So it's open panel, and those panels guests, their opinions are theirs and theirs alone, not to reflect onto my ugly face. Also, everyone we're talking about tonight, I know we think they're guilty, but they are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and that is a fact. The biggest one of them all. Now, I don't care if you break every commandment, right? Do not, and I repeat, do not try to be Dolly at home. It is dangerous. Okay, now that we made it through the warnings, I got to take a second to thank each and every one of you guys that are here tonight, especially the people that took part in the Christmas wish donations, which made it possible for us as a channel to buy 15 people Thanksgiving dinner. Also, 10 people Christmas wish list gifts. Okay. So we wiped out about 10 people. And tonight I had a chance to go visit a rehabilitation and senior living facility. Okay. So I was able to go in there and be Dolly Claus tonight. And we blessed 4 more seniors, right? Tonight. One of them was blind and didn't have no legs. And he was the coolest old man I think I've met in a long time. And I had a good time talking with him. He couldn't see me, but he knew I was there. He knew I was there. And of course, the lady that my daughter got Christmas gifts for, she has the mind capacity of about a 7-year-old, but she was a sweet, sweet old soul. Okay. And then the funny part is the last guy, he was a little more aware of what was going on with us being there, and I gave him some sweatpants, a sweatshirt, some hats, stuff like that. And then I looked over at him, I said, "Psst, we're gonna break you out later tonight." And the nurses were laughing. The nurses were laughing. They thought that was the funniest thing. He was like, "Are you really gonna come back and get me?" And then I felt bad, right? I felt bad because then I thought, man, maybe this old guy thinks I'm really coming back to get him. And I was like, "No, sir, I'm just playing. I'm just playing." But I told him I was gonna break him out. But I got to get him one more present, right? 2 of them. The blind guy with no legs and the guy that I told I was gonna break out. They're smokers, and they wanted a pack of cigarettes. They told the nurses all they've been asking for is cigarettes. And so I'm gonna take this sounds crazy, right? And y'all might be like, "No, Dolly, don't do it." But listen, these are people that they're on their way not too far from meeting Jesus. Okay. And the nurses give them 1 cigarette after dinner. They told me this at the place, right? Because this ain't a place where you're forced to be. This is just a place where you kind of end up, right? And everybody one day is going to be in that situation right there. And so I'm going to take them some cigarettes so, so they can open them up on so they can have on New Year's Eve they can have a cigarette. Okay, it sounds crazy, but that's what they really want. And the nurses said, "Hey, we think it's okay if you want to give them that. We give them one every time after dinner. They can only have one, and we stand out there with them while they smoke it." And I was like, "Okay, if that's what they really want, because it was the last thing on their wish list, and it was only 2 of them. The other 2 people didn't smoke. But I want to thank you guys for making stuff like that possible, and we'll have some pictures up. We wasn't able to videotape it because we didn't want to videotape it, but we took some pictures with some of the nice people that we met at the facility. And it's a 2-part facility, part rehab for people that lose a leg or something goes on with them. And then there's people that they don't have any family and they can't take care of themselves. Now, the 4 people that we were able to gift tonight were 4 people that couldn't take care of themselves and they didn't have nobody. So it felt good to be able to spend a little bit of time with them, laugh. And of course, we went around and told a lot of people Merry Christmas, but we only gifted 4 because that's the 4 we got off the Christmas wish tree. So you guys rock. Thank you for making that happen. Our family had a good time tonight, spending time with these elderly people. And that's because you guys make magic here happen. Okay. Now, in the true crime news, right? People are blowing me up. I'm dressed like, got my Santa hat on. I got my tracksuit on. PJ's dressed up like Mrs. Claus, and we up in the place, and people are blowing me up with these pictures that people believe are Sebastian Rogers. Okay, so just in case you're out there and you live in a cave and you don't know who Sebastian Rogers is, Sebastian Rogers went missing in 2024, February 26th of 2024, at the age of 15 from Hendersonville, North Carolina. Sound is fine on your end. Listen, guys, I got new internet tonight. The good stuff. The good. The good. So I don't think we're gonna have. I got the highest package you can get. I went back to Cox Cable. They gave me a deal. They were charging me 150 for the package, and then I switched to T-Mobile Fiber, and that sucked. That's why we were having all the problems. So now I went back to Cox Cable, and they gave me a 5-year deal, right, at $70 a month. Can't beat it, and a free cell phone with cell phone service for a year. Muffled sound, Dolly. I muffled sounded. Let's see. Let's add a little bit of. We'll add a little bit of high. Is it still bad? Is it still bad? That's nice. Okay, we good? Sounds good here. Okay, I added a little bit of treble, a little bit of mid to it. I had the bass way up. Sounds lower than usual. Okay, well, it ain't much I can do about that. I am on a different mixer and I am using a different microphone than I usually use. So just no, you're not. It sounds good. Okay. Well, it's gonna have to sound however it sounds. So while I was out tonight, people were hitting me up with these photos of Sebastian Rogers. And apparently these photos were taken in Nova Scotia. Right? Now you'd be thinking myself, the first thing I thought was, how would Sebastian Rogers get to Canada? But some people believed he was in Alaska. Okay. Some people did. They believed he was in Alaska, that the Bowersox, allegedly took a trip right around the same time that he went missing in Hendersonville, and they may have dropped him off somewhere or put him somewhere along the way, right? So they drove a certain ways, and then they took a private plane. Because listen, believe it or not, these people have a little bit of money. Now, Dolly, I fly commercial. I'm stuck in the middle of two fat guys. I don't have a private plane. And of course, there was a private plane today that crashed. Everybody's seen that, right? With a NASCAR driver and his family on it. I want to say prayers to his family. Them little planes scare me. Even little commercial planes scare me. The bigger the plane is, the safer I feel for some reason. I don't know why. You would think the bigger it is, it would fall out the sky. But no, them little planes be crashing all the time. Them Cessnas, helicopters, stuff like that. I am so scared of those planes. And a lot of my family fly 'em, okay? I got a few pilots in the fam, and they fly those little planes, and I just can't. Just not me, okay? Just not me. I can't do it. I have a place right down the street where you can take classes to fly Cessnas. I don't live too far from the airport, and I'm just like, oh nah, I ain't doing that. I just got to where I can fly on a big ass plane. I don't know if I'm ready to fly the plane yet, especially one of those little crop dusting ass crashing planes. But prayers to his family. I heard it was him, his son, maybe his wife on it. I'm not quite sure, but oh man, just tragedy strikes around Christmas. And listen to this, guys. So me, Tiff, and PJ, we leave the old folks home and we decide we're gonna go get dinner. And my daughter gets a call. Her best friend they found dead in bed this morning. And young, right? My daughter's not very old. Her best friend passed away. And we got that call tonight and it tore Tiffany apart. So I'm a little sad because my daughter's so sad tonight. And I tried to comfort her much as I can, but you know how it is when people just only thing that heals those type of wounds is time, right? And so she went from being super happy and to being like bawling out crying at the table at Texas Roadhouse, right? And and she was saying to me, which made me even more sad. She's like, every time I do something good, something bad happens. And I was like, well, you got to do more about good, and then you overweigh the bad stuff. But I was just trying to cheer her up, and I don't think it worked. It's hard. It's one of those hard situations, and but the person had some medical issues, and the doctor had told them they had 2 years to live. Didn't make it to 2 years. Didn't make it to 2 years. So we had a little bit of joy tonight, right? Followed by a whole lot of sadness in my family. And prayers to that person, and I don't want to put their name out there until the family is made sure all families made aware and stuff like that, because this went through teenagers, I believe, first. Not teenagers, but young adults. And I just don't want to say anything that's inappropriate, but prayers to their family for losing their loved one today. Sad situation, right? And like Christmas, this is what I tell people about Christmas before we get. I know I'm a little early tonight. A lot of people, even people you wouldn't suspect, are going through hard times right now, right? Even just because somebody puts a smile on their face, don't mean they're not depressed or that they're not going through something terrible or horrible. So, be on the lookout for those things around this time of year. People tend to do bad things to themselves, you know, at Christmas time. It's the highest rate of people. I don't even want to say the word. YouTube's funny about it, but you understand what I'm saying. And a lot of times, the people that cry out for help ain't the ones that need it. It's the people that don't. So check on your loved ones, talk to them, make sure everything's good with everybody. Know what situation your family and friends are in, just in case they need that little boost up, in this world. Because you never know. Yes, Dolly, microphone is very muffled, in my opinion. Okay, well, I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know what. Let me cut the bass down a little bit. Maybe that'll help a little bit. I'm not quite sure. Let me see what I can do. Check one. Is that better for you guys right there? I'm still been messing with the mixer, so it's on the same settings pretty much that it was on last night, and last night we were good. Okay. Now I do have another mic over here. If it came to, I think I unplugged that other mic. We're just gonna go with what we got right here. Okay, so like I was saying, pictures emerged of Sebastian. I want to share these photos with you before we get too far along. Here we go. Entire screen. Now I know what you're going to say before we even look at these pictures. You sound too far away. Okay, hold on. We can fix that. Damn it. All right, is that better? I'm a little closer. All right, a little closer to the microphone, and I'll talk right into the mic if I need to be. There you go. Okay. All right. Well, as long as that's better for you. Okay, I know what you're gonna say before we even look at these pictures. Okay, you're gonna say this person looks a little too tall to be Sebastian Rogers, and that was my first thought too. Right now, listen, there's no proof that this is Sebastian Rogers, and we got to think at 15 years old. From the time I was 15 to the time Sebastian would be 17 now, I grew like a foot and a half. Okay, I was short in high school. I'm still short, but I was even shorter, right? So right now I walk around about 5'7". But you hit them teenage years and you start to grow pretty fast, right? Me, I'm growing round now, right? A little less round. I lost 4 pounds. Stop drinking soda. I've already lost 4 pounds. Okay, can y'all tell? I can't tell either, but I have. I've lost 4 pounds. I weighed myself tonight. So this person is a little tall. I agree, but we don't know or not. But the pictures do kind of resemble Sebastian. All right, let's take a look at them. Now, the picture on the far left, it kind of makes me think, all right, this person's pretty tall and lanky, but Sebastian was kind of tall, right? Already as a young man, age of 15, he could be taller now. All right. Now, listen, I don't rule it out because this person in this picture seems to be pretty tall. Now, we look at the first picture. We're going to zoom in on the first one first. He has a hoodie on, and this is the problem with the whole Sebastian Rogers thing is, Katie Proudfoot said she didn't have many pictures, new pictures of him because he looked goofy. Does anybody remember her saying that he looked goofy? And then you get into this one, which you really can't tell All right, you really can't tell. But the one that does it, the one that goes, okay, this does look like Sebastian, is this very last picture right here. He has that profile of the skinny face like Sebastian. He has the basically nerdy glasses, and he has his hood pulled up, and he has about the same type of haircut Sebastian walked around with. Now, then we have to ask ourselves, well, if this is Sebastian, how did he get to Canada, right? And then, of course, people have already been calling the TBI and the FBI and everything over this picture. To me, this is not enough to go, yes, that is Sebastian. Now, I would think, remember the picture of the kid at the Rocky Mountains or the Smoky Mountains, and he was at the rest stop, and Seth went to go check him out. That kid looked just like Sebastian Rogers. I mean, just like him. There's a kid 2 blocks over, which is weird because Katie's mom lives in my same neighborhood. But there's a kid 2 blocks over and he looks just like Sebastian Rogers, right? I He looks so much like Sebastian Rogers. If I took a picture of him and said, "Hey, I seen Sebastian," people would believe it, right? But the weird thing is I ain't never want to take a picture of the kid because that's damn weird. Okay, imagine a grown ass man pulling out a camera and taking a picture of your kid. And I know it's not Sebastian Rogers because he's out there with his parents, and his dad looks just like him. His dad looks like a grown-up version of Sebastian Rogers, and his son looks just like Sebastian Rogers. He plays in the driveway all the time, right? And I was just thinking, because we get all these people that post these pictures of Sebastian. It My thing about Sebastian Rogers is I think he looked typical, like your typical kid, which makes it hard because there's so many people that look like Sebastian. Now, I'll give you another prime example of this. I was in a gas station in Tennessee, okay? I seen a kid. His kid looked just like Sebastian Rogers, and the crazy thing was I was going down there looking for Sebastian Rogers, and I tell you guys all the time that when I'm out searching, I'm not searching for a kid that's alive. When I'm in those woods, I'm searching for bones, something that looked like a body may have been there, or a grave, or a shallow grave, or things like that. I'm not looking for a kid to be like, "Hey, Dolly, here I am," right? Because, yeah, the picture's very blurry. So, I mean, it could be Bigfoot for all we know. It could be me with glasses on. I don't have my glasses on me right now, but I wear hoodies and glasses, and if you catch me at the right angle, I'm a little more hairy. But if I shave clean and put some glasses on and a hoodie, you may think I'm damn Sebastian Rogers. So, but the boy in the gas station looked so much like him that I followed this boy around, which was like weird. And I remember Katie and them saying he didn't like soda. He was like a juice person. And this boy had grabbed a Coke out the cooler, and then when he walked up to his grandmother, he was with his grandmother is who he was with, and he was real nice. He helped her off the curb, helped her into the store, and, I got behind him, and I was about to say something, but I didn't. And then he would start talking to his grandma, and then when he started talking to his grandma and I heard their conversation, I knew it wasn't Sebastian, right? But it was like I was in the store with him and didn't know it wasn't him. I was like, "This kid looks like Sebastian Rogers." But looking like Sebastian Rogers and being Sebastian Rogers is 2 different things. Okay, now we got 1,100, almost 1,200 people in the room with me tonight. Uh how many likes do we have on this video? One of my mods let me know because when we hit 1,000 likes, I'm gonna open it up to everybody, so all you guys can come in and join in on the chat. I'm gonna be going over the Sebastian Rogers case tonight. We can take a few more looks at the pictures, but if you ask me this right off the bat, does it resemble his body structure, his face? Yes. Yes, it does. Absolutely. We got 548. So that means we're halfway there. So that means over half of you guys didn't like the video. Okay? Didn't even like it for me at Christmas time. Just did me dirty. I've been out being Dolly Claus all night. Let Dolly Claus get a like. All right. And I'm going to let all you guys in the room at 1,000 likes. Mods, let me know when we hit that 1,000 likes. Bones just gifted 5 Dolly memberships. Thank you, Bones. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Madonna has been a member for 35 months. Thank you, Madonna, for being here so long. We had 632 likes, she says. So we're going to take a little trip back into DeLorean to 2024. February 26th. Crazy day that day. Does anybody else remember what happened that day? Because I do. It's something that'll probably stick with me for the rest of my life. February 26th. That's the day that Maddie Soto went missing. Also, Sebastian Rogers went missing. And of course, Riley Strand was missing. That day was not a good day for us true crimers or people that cover missing kid cases because that day blew up. All right. We had Maddie Soto, we had Sebastian Rogers, and we had Riley Strain. Now, I'm truly going to say this all this attention that has been put on Sebastian Rogers, of course, Dolly would have brought attention to Sebastian Rogers. You see that I flew down there and went out there to search for him, all those things. I would have brought attention to Sebastian Rogers. But I think without Riley Strain, it wouldn't have got the national attention because all the news coverage was covering Riley Strain. They didn't really care too much about Sebastian Rogers. He wasn't big ratings. I hate to say that, but it's absolutely true. Now, when everybody shuffled from, oh, there's another missing person, as soon as Riley Strain was found, to Sebastian Rogers, because everybody was right there in Nashville. And of course, Sebastian Rogers, if you guys are familiar with the area, Hendersonville is about 25 minutes drive from Nashville. That's it. It's pretty close. So everybody just went from Nashville right to Hendersonville, and it blew up as far as news coverage, national news attention. But I don't think it would have got any of that attention if it wasn't for Raleigh Strain. So he did help bring more awareness with his tragic loss of that young college boy that was basically served too much alcohol and maybe slipped some drugs in Nashville. You got to be really careful, right? You got to be really careful when you in those bars. And trust me, Dolly knows I went down there, got tore up from the floor up, right? And I'm lucky I didn't end up in the lake. But I had people with me and people looking out, make sure I didn't end up in the lake, thank God. But tragically, the young man lost his life. But in that, it brought a lot of awareness to a missing child that was also in that same area, and Sebastian Rogers. Now, of course, that turned a little bit into a circus, and we had a lot of bad actors come into the fold in the Sebastian Rogers case. We absolutely did. But just in the very beginning, Sebastian Rogers goes missing February 26th. And technically, we don't know if he went missing February 25th, but we're going to say the 26th because Katie Proudfoot, which I don't really believe Katie Proudfoot, but she says she goes to bed around midnight on the 26th. Okay. Early morning hours of the 26th. The 25th is the day, of course, that they went to the Texas Roadhouse, and we seen the video of Sebastian, very polite young man, right? We seen him sit down. He looked well mannered. He didn't look misbehaved. He didn't look hurt. He didn't look scared. He just was eating his food like a typical 15-year-old, like crushing it, right? Killing it. He was eating like, and I don't know if anybody's been around other 15-year-olds. Some people found that odd. I don't. Okay. Like I go out with PJ's kid and she's a young girl, and this little kid can put down some damn food. And I mean quick. I mean like boop, done. Right. Denise, thank you so much. Welcome to the Dolly train. Oh, thank you for your donation. That is super awesome of you. Welcome to the Blessed Express. You know what they say? You ain't blessed unless you own the Dolly Express. And you own it. You own it. You get a damn window seat tonight. So, I mean, basically, we've seen Sebastian crushing food. And a lot of people, they try, they need content on the internet streets. I mean, they do. All right. They just do. So they focused on so much of the wrong stuff so much that to me it just kind of blew my mind. Like, but listen, I can't tell people how to do their true crime. Okay. And Dolly was the first one to tell you that the green hoodie person was a woman, right? I knew it was a woman from the get. I was like, okay, that's a Candace Wells looking woman. All right. You could have said Candace Wells was in the green hoodie. But you remember the green hoodie mystery went on for like 7 months. And you have, of course, people out here that are spreading misinformation, which are completely frauds. And at the time, people like to pick sides of who they watch and, oh, these people are going to solve the case. You just jealous, Dolly. But, the people just from this agency just got out of prison for fraud. So you tell me you're a fraudster, but then all of a sudden you want to save kids. It don't make sense to me. You ain't a parent. You just got out of prison, and now your mission is to save a kid. I mean, I instantly knew that was BS. It didn't take a genius. I mean, I say I'm an idiot, but I'd just be kidding when I say that. I mean, I have a little bit of common sense, and I had enough sense to know, hey, these people are full of BS, and their best interest is trying to drum up attention for them and not so much find Sebastian. Now, listen, y'all seen me down there like 4 times searching for Sebastian. Have you ever seen any of those people searching for Sebastian? Never. Even when we get to the big bag dog the bounty hunter, Mr. I watched a little bit of Dog on Bunny OX, which is Jelly Roll's wife. Okay. She had Dog the bounty hunter on just the other day. After you see what Dog has said about Sebastian not knowing his name, everything that comes out this man's mouth, I don't believe it. The whole story about him and Beth, and it just disturbing. You remember when he was on Dr. Phil trying to marry Beth's friend, and then he moved from that lady right to Francie? Like this dude, now I know why he teamed up with the people he did. Right? He may have been the greatest bounty hunter ever in America. Okay. But far as he uses Jesus way too much. Way too much. Listen, I love Jesus myself. Christmas is coming. I think it's fine, right? But to do all the horrible stuff you've done, and then it's like Don Wells. That's who he reminds me of. It's like he starts going to God. Well, God said this for every bad thing you did. Like, dude, I don't buy it. I don't like it. It's like he leaves a bad taste in my mouth these days. And a new member. What's up, Mary? Good to see you. How many likes we got? And I'll open the room when we hit 1,000. It just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And when he did that, I was so disappointed in Dog because I was really a huge Dog and Beth bounty hunter, the big bag dog. I used to watch his show constantly, right? A&E, I watch his shows. I watched, The Return of Dog and all that stuff. And it just ever since then, I have never looked at Dog the Bounty Hunter the same way. Now, I know he's been in a bunch of trouble for like racist statements he said and messages that his kids recorded him saying some pretty terrible, horrible stuff. But even that, even that, I might have been able to completely forgive you for, right? Because you said, really that's how you feel. But and then I don't know. This ain't a smear campaign on him. I'm just saying that I lost a lot of respect for that man that I had for him in this Sebastian Rogers case when he started saying he was going to kick in doors and remember the truth serum. He gonna give people truth serum and he got more rights than the police and then what did he do? Then what did he do? Did he ever even go to Chris and Katie? Did he ever do anything? Did he ever go out in those woods? Did he ever really go searching? Did he go rattling the cage? I don't really think he did that. So, I mean, in the very but, like, in all this, we had, like I said, a lot of bad people just swarm, right? Because when they seen that it was catching national traction, right? And you gotta remember, I was there before the national news. These people came late. I mean, just super late to the story. And what was Bullhorn Betty was like 3 months late, right? And then she got in an altercation with Chris and Katie, and then they're taking her to court, and that became a big circus, right? And then you got Seth being Seth, right? Which is like, he's a little he I ain't even gonna get into it. He just is what he is, right? And you had all this going on, but nobody really focusing on Sebastian Rogers. We had mixed messages from the police, right? From the Hendersonville police. They said the dogs went to the retention pond, right? And then they said the dogs didn't hit on nothing. It was a false track, and the dogs just went to the retention pond. So then we had, of course, the lights video, and I think the mob crew was still trying to figure out the damn lights. Okay, he been on that for a year, right? The whole year he's been looking at two lights move around in the dark. And then, of course, we think the lights or something because Rachel J, thank you so much for jumping on the train with us. Rachel J. So, we think the lights or something because Katie says, and this I find suspicious as can be too, is Katie said that she didn't know what he was wearing, but she knew he took a little yellow flashlight, which in that big ass house you live in, all right, it's a $700,000-800,000 home in a really nice neighborhood. And it's big. House is big as hell. If you came in my house, and I live in a little house, little 3-bedroom ranch. You came in here and took a little flashlight out of here. I would never notice that thing was gone unless I use that flashlight maybe every day. And then I would think I misplaced it somewhere. But she knew he was barefoot, didn't know what clothes he was wearing, and that he had this yellow light. So I think that added to the flashlight video, right? The light video, because then people said, well, he had a light. But I'm hearing that the flashlight Sebastian had didn't work, that he used it like a fidget spinner. Like, how sometimes I'll fumble with things because it's just one of those, ADHD kind of things, you just messing with something to play with a fidget them kids got them fidget spinners and different things like that. He just used it to play with and fumble with, that the flashlight didn't work. So, and then, of course, we have the FBI, the CIA, Hendersonville police, all these people involved in it, and they say, "The light video ain't nothing. It's nothing." We have Seth Rogers, the father of Sebastian, come on this channel. Sat down right with me. I was to ask him 100 questions that night, and he told me that the police had took him to the police department, down to the station, and they showed him the video, showed him the whole video. And what had happened was Nick Barris, the reporter, took his cell phone and held it out like this and was videotaping the TV that had recorded the lights. So some of the movement in that is from his hand shaking. And it was really a trash truck. And Seth said, look, they showed me everything. They showed me the landmarks. They had cleared the video up. And it is, thank you, my wicked people, for joining up, that it was absolutely a trash truck. Seth said this himself. Okay. So Seth could have cleared up the whole light video, which he did. I believe he did. But here's the problem with that. Here's the problem. Seth then changed his story. Now, I don't know why Seth changed his story, because Seth came right up here and I have it on video. If anybody needs me to play that video, of course, I can play that video. And Seth Rogers, then Seth Rogers wasn't involved with all these bad people. There wasn't TikTok Tony in his ear. There wasn't Bullhorn Betty in his ear. There wasn't at idiot intelligence in his ear, right? None of these people were in his ear. So he was, I believe he was telling the truth of what had actually transpired with him and the police were giving him information. Then shortly after that, if you remember correctly, the police stopped telling Seth anything because he was running to the internet and telling it. Now listen, I'm not mad at him for telling it because it's my job to get Seth to tell it on the internet. It's my job to bring you the sleuthing and breaking people down and getting the information that you guys want. I ain't the police can hate me. This is what I do, right? Their job is to keep people quiet. My job is to get people talking, and I'm good at getting people talking. And that talking basically got the police mad itself, right? And then they basically wasn't telling me anything. They were literally telling Chris and Katie more than they were telling Seth. And that's a little weird to me because I think anybody with just a little bit of common sense would question that whole thing, right? Why would you be, Chris and Katie have never been cleared in the Sebastian Rogers case. They've been vetted. The key word that Hendersonville police used was vetted. They've been vetted. We talked to them. They've been cooperating with us. Okay. People don't want to think that they have been cooperating with the police, but according to the police, now I don't know what their level of cooperation is, but the last press conference we got, they said that the family were cooperating with the police, that they had been vetted, which that don't mean cleared. It just means, right now, Turtle Gang, Dolly Train number 2. Uh-oh, Dolly Train number 2, Turtle Gang. Can't do it without you. Okay, and of course, if we reach our goal, we have a goal set. I am going to be giving away this hat that I'm wearing tonight. Take it right off my head, sign it, ship it right to you. This hat that I'm wearing is a Justice for Summer Wells hat. Okay. So if you're into the Summer Wells case, which we ain't talking about tonight, but if you are into that case, you can get this hat. And I'm going to pull numbers once we hit our goal. And whoever picks the number will take the hat signed by Dolly. I'll sign it on the inside so you can still wear it and look all smooth like me. Now, listen, real men wear pink. We're at 828 likes. So that just means we're 100 and what, 60, 170 people away from unlocking the chat to everybody. Okay. So if you're out there watching, there's 1,300 of you here in the room tonight. Make sure you hit the like button. Okay. Hit the like button, and I'm definitely going to let you guys in at 1,000 likes because we need you. We need to hear your opinions on this, right? And you're out there in the ether, and we need you in here with us. We need you on the train. All right. We need you guys on the train, and you can be here with us. Don't be like that. Join the club. All right. Join the club. And the way you do that, it's just like the video. And then you guys can come in and hang out with us, chop it up. All right. And I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to open up the panel in just a few minutes and allow some of you guys to come up and talk about this case with me. But in this case, huge red flags, right? It don't take a genius to see some of these red flags. My thing is this, and it's people's behavior. Since I've been on the internet, I've noticed, and I've dealt with a lot of people and been around a lot of people that have murdered their kids. It sounds like a weird thing to say you have experience in, but this is one of these things that I do have experience in. I've been covering these things, and not only covering it from here in the studio, but going to the scenes of these places and covering it from everything from Michael Monkey Vaughn to um, Sebastian Rogers to Summer Wells to uh, Quentin Simon to Emmanuel Haro, even all the way to California. So I've been all over this country dealing with people that are suspected of hurting their kids or have hurt their kids. And I don't know many people that have that type of experience and that type of thing. And if you would have said to me 5 years ago, "Hey, Dolly, you're going to be around all these people," and I would have been like, "No, you crazy. That ain't going to happen." But 5 years later, we went down a path that got us here. So I hate like that's why I be saying I be knowing, because this is not my first rodeo. It's not the first murder case that I've covered. It's not the first case where parents have hurt their kids. The very first case for me that, where a parent hurt their kid, of course, was Casey Anthony. Now there might some of you guys are a little older than me, and you may be a little more into true crime a lot longer than me. But Casey Anthony was the big one for me, and because I find it so hard because, like tonight, my heart broke for my little girl because she was so sad. I couldn't imagine hurting her because when she's like, as a father, when she's down, I try to pick her up and lighten the mood and show her she's loved and she's cared about and that everything's going to be all right. So it was in the beginning of this, it was real hard for me to think that a parent could just blatantly hurt and kill their kid. I didn't want to really believe it. These days, I know it's a fact, and it's like people do it and don't even blink an eye. Like, you look at Megan Boswell. I sat through that trial there in Tennessee with Megan Boswell, what she did to her daughter, and it was horrific. The images that I seen in that courtroom, I'll never get that out of my mind of what a mother can do to their child, right? When they pulled down the Harmony Montgomery when I went to New Hampshire, and they pulled out the ceiling tiles where her body had soaked into the ceiling tiles. These are things, and you see these monsters, and you like Kayla Montgomery and stuff like this, and you get to look these monsters in the eye, and you get to see how they act. Just because you rock, Dolly. Well, thank you, thank you. You guys rock too. All right, y'all are the best. And you start to get a feel for these people, right? In a weird way, you start to see similarities in people. Like Kayla kind of reminded me of Leilani, right? And I'm thinking this bitch is another Leilani. She's sat there and watched this child get beat to death and didn't do nothing to stop it, but nobody put a hand on her kids. But it's okay to beat this kid because it's not yours. Like, it's just wild to me. Like, so, I mean, over these years, I've grown some experience in these things, and I start to see these red flags or these glaring consistencies, right, of things that remind me of other people that have done horrible things. And then, of course, remember for 6 months, Ann Smith, thank you. It is nice. Thank you so much, Ann Smith, for being here with us. And we're at 901 likes. So when these red flags go off, and they hit this Dolly radar, these are usually the cases that I cover, the ones that I feel like there's red flags in. There's a lot of missing kids in this country. There is. There's so many, it's hard to go over every last single one of them. But as soon as I start to see red flags that something ain't right, and it's not right in the home, then that's a Dolly story right there. And them are the ones that we go after because there needs to be justice. The other ones are more of a mystery, like what happened, you know. But over these years, I've started getting pretty good at being a behavior expert. Okay. I ain't gonna say that I'm an expert, but I've gotten better at seeing people's behavior. The real Rockin' Robin. Thank you so much, real Rockin' Robin. On the express, jumping on the train with us. If you ain't on that train, you insane in the membrane. Okay? If you ain't on the train, insane in the brain. All right, little Cypress Hill for y'all. So, like I said, I've gotten good at seeing this behavior in people that, to me, in my opinion, appear to have some type of knowledge or guilt in this because you think, everybody acts different. Okay. Just, some people panic when some people, if sometimes a gun will go off. Some people run towards the fire and some people run away from it. So people do act different. Ivory has been here for 9 months. Merry Christmas, Dolly. Merry Christmas to you guys too. And I hope each and every one of you have a really happy holiday and spend it with your family and make wonderful memories because that's really what Christmas is about. Okay. It's those memories that you'll carry with you for the rest of your life. Elena says, hi, Dolly. Hit that like and welcome to the Blessed Express, Elena. Rocking it, stopping it, keeping that train moving. All right. We rolling down the track tonight. We rolling down the track. Thank you, guys. So when I seen the behavior of Chris and Katie Proudfoot, oh, my radar went completely off. It went off the rails, right? Like red flags were popping up everywhere. Like, listen, no normal parent Joe Dirt their kid. Now we even got a name for it now, right? And I think we coined that here on Dolly Vision. That kid was Joe Dirt. Valerie has just jumped on the express with us. Valerie. Also, Ann Smith, rocking it. You guys are the best. Okay. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for your donations to the channel. It helps keep us going, helps keep us rocking, and helps making Dolly do the awesome things that we do. We can't be stopped. We won't be stopped. All the way to the top, baby. All the way to the top. 100K in 2026. Dolly gives you his word. We're going to be there, but I can't do it without you. Okay. So if you're watching out there and you ain't subbed up, sub the channel. We got to hit that 100K in 2026. We're only what, almost 18,000, a little over 18,000 people away from 100K. And we average about 25,000 subscribers a year. So I'm thinking this year is the year that we get the little play button and we get to hang it on the wall, right? Or we pawn it. and, and and run it over with a tractor or something. I don't know. I've worked so many years to get this little play button. The Turtle King Mapster is here. What's up, Mab? You can come up with me in just a few minutes. I want to get through the rest of the story. I got 6 minutes and I'll bring you guys up. All right. I like my intro to be about a good hour. I like to get these things off my chest, what I'm thinking. And of course, I've seen so many red flags in the Chris and Katie thing. Katie, for one, her behavior, the odd things that I find odd. Like, of course, the biggest one and the most glaring one in the very beginning was the 3-hour phone call. Now, I don't know too many married couples. Now, this is just me. Now, you may be married out there and you talk to your loved one for hours on the phone. You may be a talker. Okay. You may be. It's possible. The 3-hour phone call to me is, I wish we could see their phone records. I guarantee you there ain't no other calls around that time that are 3 hours long. Okay. I guarantee it. Now listen, they had been together at this point for 7 years, Chris and Katie. Now, PJ, we've been together 3 years. She's done heard every one of my stories, everything I have to say, done been said. When we talk on the phone, we're basically to the point. I'll see you when you get home, blah, 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 blah. Just the basics. What are we having for dinner? Do we got anything we need to get done? Is there anything you need me to pick up for you? The conversations or normal conversations. I wouldn't say short, but I wouldn't say nothing over 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? Unless we're sharing what happened that day. Like, oh, I'm out here, this is going on. Sometimes, when I'm out of town, we may talk for maybe 15, 20 minutes. But for 3 hours with somebody you've been with for 7 years, to me, stood out, right? Now, is there anybody else in here that's been with somebody that many years, talk on the phone for 3 hours? Miss My Wild People, the 3-hour phone call was to figure out what they were going to do about Sebastian rather than were hiding him or something happened and they had to dispose of him, in my opinion. And you know what, my wild people? I think you're right. I think you are a smart person and you on the same page of the book that I am, right? It stood out to me, glaringly stood out to me. I was like, okay, that that ain't nothing, but sometimes nothing is something. Okay, or until it becomes something. Now we don't have access to their phone records, so we don't know. but I'm sure Hendersonville police do. I mean, that ain't enough to, go arrest you for, but that's enough to make you go, okay, let's look a little more into this. Why were they on the phone that long? Because, Seth Rogers, he took a lie detector test for Nancy Grace, right? And we're talking nothing but facts here. We're not adding nothing to it. We ain't taking nothing away. He went on to Nancy Grace and he fell asleep on the first lie detector test. I don't know how you do that, but I know he was injured and at some point he may have been medicated and he fell asleep. So the first lie detector test came back inconsistent. All right. Now the second time he took the test, he was asked what he thought happened to Sebastian Rogers. And he said he thought Katie over medicated him. Now, why would he think that? Why? Now, listen, there's nobody that knows Katie better than Seth. I mean, he waited for her to turn 18, which is creepy. He's been around her since she was a kid in a weird way. Okay. That to me, and like how TikTok Tony talked about she was sleeping with older men when she was young. That shit is creepy. Okay. I would not let either one of you around my daughter, and she's 25 years old. I'm just going to say that now, right? Hell no, don't ever get around my daughter. We will have problems, right? And my daughter's grown. You just stay the hell away. You weird, just how y'all said it. Maybe no, maybe there was nothing to it, but it was the way they were justifying it. To me, that was like, okay, all right, buddy. I think lost kids could be alive if there are no red flags. Sebastian doesn't appear to be with us, in my opinion. Says short legs. That was my first thought too. That Sebastian wasn't with us. All right. I mean, from way in the beginning. But Seth did say that. I think she over medicated him. And we got to remember, Seth was around him when she was 15 years old, and he waited till she turned 18. That was his words, not mine. I waited. That means you was thinking about it when she was 15. And that just, all right, like you waited for this woman to be grown because you know what we call that? You know what we call that where I'm from? Grooming. Waiting is the same word as grooming. So you were grooming this young lady till she was 18, like waiting. And then, TikTok Tony up there talking about, well, she was already sleeping with grown men. And hey, how do you know what the hell she was doing? Like, how do you know? To me, that's why I always thought of these people like TikTok Tony, scumbag, weird, creepy old man that want to insert himself and get a little bit of clout. Like, I didn't even know old people wanted clout. I thought we were too old for that shit. I thought that was a young person thing. But oh, hell no. Not in 2025. You can be 70 years old and want people to know who you are. It's a trip. It's a trip. So, but I believe Seth in that. I believe Seth because you listen to this. He passed that lie detector test. So in his mind, well, I don't really believe lie detector test, but I'm believing he thought Katie may have done that. And why is the key to this? Because had she medicated Sebastian before, and he knows, okay? He knows that sometimes maybe when he's acting up, I give him a little extra medicine so he goes to sleep. You know how many people have unalived their children doing this? Tons. It ain't unthinkable. Now, 15 years old, that's a little different, but we got to remember Sebastian was special needs. And the only medicine, according to Seth, that Sebastian needed was sleep aid. Now, there's some of these medicines out here that make people walk around in their sleep, do things in their sleep, get in their car and drive around in their sleep. I mean, just weird. And you give somebody the wrong amount of sleeping medicines, and you may never wake up. Dolly, Sebastian went missing on their divorce anniversary. I could be wrong. Rhea, right around that time where Katie filed for divorce from Seth. Because you got to remember, Katie was in the military. Katie was paying the bills. Seth was at home being a couch potato, working at basically a pizza guy. Which, and listen, I ain't knocking any pizza guys out there. You got to work, you got to work. But I can say this: delivering pizzas is not a career. All right, that's like a holdover job. Let me take this job until I can find something better because I got bills to pay and mouths to feed. I don't knock your hustle, okay? But that ain't career driven. Like, yeah, you can work a fast food job while you're going to college or you're studying or you're trying to get better placement. Because I would say any job is better than no job. But some of these jobs are what we consider starter jobs. You know, a cashier, a this and this. This is to start you off, to get you moving. But you should always out here be trying to better yourself. Or if you're in a position where, hey, this is what you like and you're comfortable doing that, then I can understand it. Right? Some people, we need cashiers, we need these people. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying these jobs are usually jobs that are done by young people while they're going to school and preparing to start themselves a career. Don't get mad at me if you work a job that ain't great. There's a lot of people out here that work shitty jobs, okay? Somebody got to do it, and I know how it goes. I've worked shitty jobs, but every time I had one of those shitty jobs, I was trying to put in applications for a better job. I was going to school. I was doing something of that nature to better myself, and I've always kind of done that thing. That's why I have so many different trades, is because I've done so much stuff to try to better myself. Like, okay, I made it this far, I want to make it farther, and then I want to make it farther. I want an even better job, and you just kind of go up the job ladder, until you the boss or you own your own business or something like that. So Katie was basically the breadwinner for them too, And if you're a stay at home dad, there's nothing wrong with that. Right now, I'm like a house bitch. I be cleaning. I be doing the laundry. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty good at it. I cook. Let's see. Thank you so much, Dolly. You're the first YouTuber I started following 2 years ago. God bless you and PJ, and Merry Christmas. 100,000 followers coming. I hope so. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for getting on the Blessed Express. And you ain't blessed unless you're on the express. And thank you for gassing up the train a little bit. Okay, it's keeping us rolling tonight. It's keeping the $5 drive is alive. Okay, the $5 drive is alive. So, Luna, hey Luna, good to see you, Luna. Luna's with us tonight. All right, Luna. So anyway, she met Chris in the military while she was with Seth. And then some people, some women out there, they want somebody that has goals, right? That ain't a, I ain't saying Seth's a loser, but most women don't want to be with a loser. They want somebody that's, has got their shit together, that has some motivation. Even if you don't have your shit together, you got the drive that they know one day you're going to be on top and they believe in you. I don't know if she had that with Seth Rollins. All right. He don't seem to be the most energetic guy in the world, in my opinion. So she met Chris and she basically just left Seth. And Seth, to this day, I don't care what any 1,320 of you say, Seth is still in love with that woman. In the last stream he did, oh my God, if I could have said, Seth, man, let me shake you right quick. Like you're making yourself sound like a broken-hearted schoolboy. Right? Listen, everybody's had their heart broke. Everybody, there's 1,340 people in this room. Every last single one of us, at some point or another, we've had our heart broke. You got to get over it. Build a bridge, cross it, don't look back, burn it down. Okay. And that last stream he did where he's so mad at Chris. Right. But what I don't get is why ain't he mad at Katie? Because he's brokenhearted about Katie and he loves Katie, and that's why his attack is on Chris. Which my attack would be on my baby mama. bitch, you was there with her. Where's our child at? Okay, now I might be mad at her old man too, but you number one mad. I'm gonna be attacking on you more than I'm gonna be attacking the dude that was 3 hours away. I'm gonna be like, you was in the house with him. Where's our child? But Seth, he don't go that route. He don't go that route at all. It's just weird behaviors and all of this in both sides. Like, listen, I don't think Seth Rogers has anything to do with the disappearance of his son. I want to make that absolutely clear. He just has weird behaviors, right? He just, remember when he was in the church and he was summoned to the archangels and shit, right? He just has weird behavior. I think he's a socially awkward person, right? He's a grown man. I ain't knocking anybody, but there's the time to grow up. Like he's kind of nerdy to me. And listen, there ain't nothing wrong with being a nerd if you a super intelligent nerd. But if you ain't like if you nerdy and ain't smart, that's a little a weird place to be. Like he has nerdy tendencies, but I don't think he has nerdy intelligence. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna do nerd shit, have nerd intelligence. Like, but you don't I don't know. Like it's like the whole I play Magic, a gathering cards, and he's more worried about little things than major things, right? Like my whole thing is do the adult shit and then you can do some kid shit, right? When you free from all your adult duties, that's when you play I play video games sometimes, right? Lately, I ain't even been doing that. I ain't even played a video game in like 2 years, a year and a half. Um, my thing now is I just chill and watch movies, but, still that's my go-to. But I've never been real like I've always been a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? I've always been cool. I don't know. I have a lot of nerdy friends. Ain't nothing against being nerdy, right? I had a bunch of some of my best friends were nerdy guys. But I just ain't never been all into that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just never been to Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, gathering Dungeons and Dragons. Like let's build like programs for a computer. Just the things that usually your smart people are into that ain't chasing hot chicks. Okay, I got early into right out of junior high. I was like, okay, I got to date the hottest girl at the high school. That's my goal. What's your goal for high school? Graduate? No, I want to date the hottest chick I can get with at this school. All right, I want to work my way up the dating ladder until I'm with the leader of the cheerleading squad. Right? What I wasn't successful. I wasn't successful. I tried, right? I never gave up. I ain't a quitter. Okay. I ain't a quitter. Um, but anyway, you see what I'm saying. So Sebastian Rogers gone, and then we get basically a bunch of crazy behavior, a lot of bad people. Then his mother basically is like, okay, let me open it up for everybody. Give me 1 second. And then basically his mother is basically Joe Dirt's her kid. And which is the weirdest thing. Like, how do I now I gotta figure out how to let y'all in. They've changed the layout of stream settings. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, let me let everybody in. Y'all did good. Y'all made it to 1,000. All right, subscribers, 1 minute. All right, there you go. Welcome to the chat room. And now I'm gonna go ahead and post the link for you guys to come in. Remember, if you come up on panel, you have to show yourself in the backstage. Then, once I see you, I'll let you know to go to your thumbnail. All right. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. All right. Let me copy that. So when I say, okay, I see you, go to your thumbnail, there's a little button in your StreamYard that looks like a little camera. It's a square with a little thing on it. Right. And then basically it goes like this, boop, to a camera. So I don't show anybody on my stream anymore. So usually I ask for you to go to your thumbnail. Now nobody will see you in the backstage. When you're in the backstage, nobody sees you but me. Okay. So if you look like a gremlin, don't worry about it. I look like a gremlin too. We both gremlin. We got both shouldn't have been fed after midnight, and we both look like we got wet. All right. I don't care. I don't judge. So I'll see you to make sure you're real and not a troll. And then I go, okay, turn off your camera. Turn off your camera. And then I bring you up to the stream. Okay. Now, here is the link to join me if you want to discuss the Sebastian Rogers case and these pictures, just in case you're just joining us, that came out today of this tall young man that does resemble Sebastian Rogers. And these pictures were taken in Nova Scotia. All right. Now, the one on the end is the one that's the most like telling that it does. He has the same jawline, the same type of glasses. He's skinny. He's a lot taller than what we would remember Sebastian at 15. But hey, you grow pretty quickly. All right, Mab. Is that you? Turn your camera on real quick. You already got your camera off. I don't know. Okay, now you can get there. God, you're scaring me. Okay. You definitely got wet after midnight.
What's up, brother?
You hear me, Mab?
Sounds like you're in a damn cardboard box, brother.
You sound muffled, Mab. Hold on.
I think it's you.
Okay, now I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
Yes, yeah, you sound muffled coming through my headphones. Is that button I had to push on my mixer?
You sound muffled with that new mic, and when you hit your keys for the switch,
Uh-huh.
you can't tell what it's doing. You can't hear that.
You can't hear the clapping?
No, it just goes boink.
It just goes boink?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. Let me ask the chat. Do y'all hear this clapping?
That's no clapping.
Okay, what did y'all hear, guys, in the chat? Did it just go
Boink.
boink? All right, we got Luna in the back. All right, Luna, you can turn your camera off.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, Luna, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. So we just discussing these pictures that came out today of a young man that appears to look similar to Sebastian Rogers.
You know the one all the way to the right.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, it's all the same person,
same
but the
dude.
one to the right,
Yeah,
you can see his
yeah.
face a little bit better.
I'm just saying that one all the way to the right looks the most convincing. I'm even though they are the same person, but yeah, it does.
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's thousands.
Who knows? He's standing differently.
Well, I mean, you got to think if Sebastian was alive, and that the key word is was.
He'd be what, 16 or 17 now, right?
Okay, somebody's asking about the Brown University. The shooter was found unalived in a storage unit. Apparently, self-inflicted gunshot wound to the shooter of Brown University, and yeah, that's justice right there. Okay, I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to say? I mean, you saved the taxpayers a lot of money in that one. You know, because
one more space in the prison.
Yeah, one less dollar we're gonna have to spend on taxes each year. So, and what would these people going in schools and doing such horrible things, and you know getting away with it for a good while? I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but I guess that's the best type of justice is when you convict yourself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in this picture's in Nova Scotia. Could this boy go get into Canada? I mean, I know people can walk across the border and stuff like that. Especially if you're trying to get in illegally. I couldn't get in because I didn't have no passport or real ID to get into Canada when I was up there near it. But I mean, it's possible, you know, especially with his family having money. And there's a lot of people that think they hid this boy and he's going to pop up when he's 18.
Is this kid parents been identified?
No, but I'm sure, you know, with the thousands of people that are seeing this today, that maybe somebody will come forward, especially with, you know, in true crime, we've been talking about Jack and Lily Sullivan so much. So there's a lot of Canadians that have been watching. There's a lot of Canadians that watch us here, and maybe somebody will recognize this person and identify him and, you know, debunk it, because some people just believe anything, you know, and
yeah, you're right.
I don't think it's him, to be honest.
I wish I could see just a closer blow
Well,
up, you know what I mean, of his face.
it's fuzzy.
Yeah, yeah, it's fuzzy. Like I can blow him up,
Yeah,
but it's still the more you get bigger it gets, the
I mean,
fuzzier.
yeah, it looks just like the kid.
I mean, but there's so many kids
yeah.
that look
That
like him
look
with
like that,
brown
you're
hair and
right.
glasses.
That's pretty typical.
I mean, I'm not trying to talk bad about Sebastian, but he looks like your typical little nerd kid to
Yeah,
me. You know,
Yeah.
and there's a million of those kids out in this world, you
yeah.
know. And this kid got on some nice shoes. I know that much.
Yeah.
It looks
He
like they
looks
might be
healthy.
some Jordans or something. I can't tell.
Wonder what
And
that is hanging off of his, what kind of ID tag that is.
I don't know. I seen the same thing, and a lot of times when I go to them conventions, that's how I wear my
Mhm.
mine. This dude kind of has more of a skater vibe to him.
Yeah.
You know, to me, you know, like it's more closely to how I dress
Right.
than what I would think Sebastian Rogers would dress. You know, so I keep some Jordans and jeans, and I wear a lot of hoodies. You know, so it's
You wore
similar.
Jordan jeans, Dolly?
No, no, no.
Oh,
Jordan's
okay.
like the shoes. Like,
Oh, the Jordan shoes. Okay. Oh, I was thinking I was thinking different. The pants.
oh no, no. Like I got a pair of threes right here. I've only wore them once. I don't want to get them
Those are
dirty.
Jordache. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
those are nice.
yeah, I know. These shoes are hard. It took me 2 years to find these shoes, so I don't never wear them. I just got them to know I got them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I
a
do.
it's like a status symbol.
Sweet.
You know, like
Hey,
yeah, I got them.
I watched Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan back in the day.
Well, yeah, them and the Jordan threes. They're super hard to find. I mean, you can find. It was so hard for me to find them in my size. But it took me 2 years of looking, and then I eventually found them. And the guy was, believe it or not too far from me, and he had never wore them. He still had the receipt, had them in the box, and he was like a shoe collector. And I got them off of him like
Oh,
last year. So I've had them for like a year now, and I've only wore them once. I wore them once, and that's it. I think the bottoms are even clean. Let's see. Yeah, the bottoms are still even white. They're white bottoms are. So them are like if I go somewhere super fancy, I wear those shoes.
those
Put
look
them on
like
the dash of
something
your
that you go
Corvette.
out in the wrong neighborhood, you get shot for. I'm sorry, Mab, and hello, how are ya?
Oh
Jeans
yeah,
on.
yeah. I usually wear Vans too, but them are my when I was young, I like Jordans and
Mhm.
Pumas and I'm a shoe person, so that's how I knew he had on some nice shoes. I was like, okay, he got some nice shoes. And Sebastian didn't really wear like nice shoes. He wore like those New Balance looking shoes.
Man, I was really tore up when I heard about this Greg Biffle crash.
Yeah, the
Uh,
plane crashed today. Yeah,
Is that
I
who
don't
it was?
I don't know who Craig Biffle is. I just know he's a NASCAR driver.
the Biff, man, I've been following him for a year and a half.
Have you the Biff?
Yeah.
I know what's that one lady, Donna Patrick? You know who that is?
Huh.
She used to drive the GoDaddy car.
No, I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, I know who she is. Is
Well,
that
Greg
it? I don't think
Biffle,
it's Donna. It's something Patrick. Um,
you ever hear of
yeah.
Cletus McFarland?
No, I don't watch NASCAR. It makes me dizzy.
Dana Kirkpatrick, is it?
Y-
I think.
yeah.
He got one of my other channels that I follow him. He got him into
Danica
Danica,
Patrick.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah. I used to watch her. Only her though, because there was a chick driving cars. I was like, all right, let me check it out. But that's the only really, and of course, like Dale Earnhardt. I know who that is. But I never been a big NASCAR fan.
do it
I'm
I'm
for
like
Dale.
surprised.
I'm like a fake redneck. I just play one on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a real redneck.
Danica,
I am too.
Danica Patrick.
My next two red, don't Mab.
I just knew it was the GoDaddy chick. You know what I'm saying? She was kind of hot and a
Yeah,
NASCAR driver.
she was very pretty.
There's
I
a
think
couple
she.
hot chicks driving. I watch drag races too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Have they sent Seth, Chris, and Katie this picture to see their reaction is? Well, all of them thought that was their son at the. They don't even know what their son looks like. They all thought the last one was Sebastian.
At the park.
Mm-hmm.
If my son were gone and that looked like him, I'd be heading to Nova Scotia just to make sure.
Somebody says, "Great accent, Dolly. Hard to fake Southern." Yeah. I'm just kidding. I used to always tell people, I don't watch NASCAR. I don't drink Bush beer. I just sound like this because I was born in Georgia.
Yep.
I'm a fake. I'm fake. I just got the accent. I didn't get nothing else with it. I don't hunt. I do fish. So I guess that counts. And I do walk around barefooted all the time. So I guess that counts too. All right. We got, let's see, Valerie in the back. All right, Valerie, you can switch to your thumbnail. I see you. How's it going?
It's going all right. I'm taking a break at work.
Oh,
How are y'all doing?
Hi,
We're
Valerie.
doing we're doing all right. We're discussing the whole Sebastian Rogers topic tonight. These pictures that came out and where's Sebastian? What happened to him? What's your take on it?
Like my personal opinion is just like you said. There's a million kids that look like this, so like we have a 50-50 shot.
I think it's less than that. I think we got like a no shot. I think Sebastian is gone. And
Oh yeah, I don't believe. I'm just saying, like as far as
it
like
don't
someone
hurt to
just said a
look.
minute ago, right? Someone said a minute ago, show it to Chris and Katie and see what their reaction is. If they're just like, oh, it's just bull crap, then, but if they get kind of excited and they're like, oh, you'd be able to
I'd
tell real genuine emotion in that situation. So it wouldn't hurt to try.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'd be on a plane heading
Well,
that way.
Chris and Katie, they watch everything on the internet. So you can believe they've seen this picture already. They watch
Right.
everything everybody says about them because they try to stay ahead of the game. And to me, that's
Oh yeah, they
suspicious.
know about it.
Because if my kid was missing, I could care less what people on YouTube are saying, but they care for some reason.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
that is.
if my daughter was missing, the last thing I'd be worried about is what a bunch of idiots on YouTube are saying. But they're all over it. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's boredom or especially Chris. Like maybe he didn't get enough attention and he figures, hey, I get attention being up here. But then I guess he's seen that wasn't playing in his favor and he's kind of disappeared too. So they didn't kind of went off, unless you say something terribly bad about them, they're
Yeah.
kind of gone.
Makes
Out of
sense.
sight, out of mind. I think that's what they're thinking, that if we just disappear, all this people talking about us and suspecting us will go away. But that stuff never goes away. There's going to be
No,
people
and
that
it
are
actually makes you
skeptical.
more suspicious.
And that's what I think too. Like when you ain't out here trying to get on the media, and Katie, when she said that the media didn't want to cover it because of all the craziness, that's crazy. That
Yeah.
ain't true because they put Seth on for everything, and any news station right now. If she wanted to be on the news, Nancy would let her on the channel right now. If she would go up there, Nancy'd be like, "Yeah, you can come up on our channel," but she chooses not to because they lied to Nancy and said, "Yeah, Chris said, I'll take a lie detector test for you when I do one for Hendersonville." And then he never went back to Nancy. So it ain't that TV don't want to cover it. It's they don't want to be on TV is
Have
how
you
I feel
ever,
about it.
you ever heard Chris Katie do the yes ma'am, no ma'am, except for that Nancy interview?
No, that's the only time I ever seen Chris where he didn't try to overtalk a woman,
Yep.
where he
Right.
didn't try
And
to
talk down to 'em.
be the alpha in the room. He was definitely a beta.
Right.
He just sat there,
Totally.
yes, ma'am, yes, yeah, all scared, shaking like my Lolo dog, right? Like a chihuahua.
Nancy
So
was the boss.
Nancy's a boss. She got a certain type of energy about her, and she even has that same energy in real life. It's like,
Crabfoot, where were you?
And you got to think about Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy don't care. Nancy rich, got a good job. You know what I'm saying? She don't.
Yeah.
She don't give two F's, right?
And
If
she
she look,
knows people. Like she's got friends in low places and
and
high places.
she's been around it for so long. It's like I said, after years, you start to see these things, and you've seen it before. It ain't my first rodeo. Ain't the first time I've been to the circus. You know what I'm saying?
It's
I've been
like
to
looking
plenty
at
of circuses.
the Haro case and believing her, Rebecca.
Oh yeah, nobody believed that. I hope not. Anyway, you know, I like
Hola.
Hola, boop, punched her in the eye. Yeah.
Um,
She'll be going to court, you know, here in a few weeks.
is she?
So
That
in
was a messed up
January,
case.
Are they going to prosecute her?
I don't know what they're going to do with her, Matt. To be honest with you, I mean, the husband took the fall for it, but then you got her lying to the authorities. I would say she's going to
Obstruction
do.
of justice, lying
I
to
would
the
Yeah.
say, I would
authorities.
say 5 to 10, Matt. What do you think? What's your prediction on that one?
I
I
think
say 5 to 10.
5 to 7 probably.
They'll definitely charge false report and
Yeah,
obstruction.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm thinking 5 to 10. But you may
Unless they
be
got some
closer.
evidence of abuse of a court.
Just like the Price is Right, you might be right, man. 5 to 7.
Right.
10 is a little. I would say.
I just hope
I
she
don't.
does some.
Yeah, line. I mean, and you know, unless they hit her with accessory, and then they just go after it hardcore, and then she does 10 to 20.
Even if she helped, it's accessory after the fact.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, but we don't know she helped, but we don't know what evidence they got either. You know,
They
and I
have to have both been in on it, but I don't know. You know, he could have done it when went to the grocery store and he came back and he was gone. As far as we
yeah,
know.
and then he told her, and she chose to cover it up for him. You know,
Yeah.
like, and they just were laying around in the house while I was there, like it was no big deal. Like you would think
He
if you
told
about
her.
to go to prison for murder, you would run or do something. They were just like sitting at the house, and they'd come out every now and then. I seen them come out the house a couple different times while I was there, but you would have thought they would have fled or
If it was,
something.
if it was me and I did that, I'd have been gone, gone, gone.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find me in Venezuela when you
That's right.
take out one of those boats with Trump. I'd be
I
gone.
would, I would have started working for Trendy Awagwa.
He told her that if she didn't go along with it, he'd black her in the other eye in the back of her head.
I seen this. I want to tell y'all something funny I seen today. It was a
Goodness.
ornament on a Christmas tree of Jeffrey Epstein, and it said, "This ornament didn't hang itself."
Oh, oh my gosh.
That's
It was-
good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny too when I seen it. But yeah, like, you know, we don't see Chris and Katie like I said, behavior. You would think at some point, if your kid was going, you would put together some type of public search or some type of search party. They never did that. That's always been one of those huge red flags to me. And of course, the mother leaving state while her child is missing. I don't think any real mother would do that.
Dolly, do we know where this picture's from? This
Nova Scotia.
So it's in Nova Scotia, but
Uh-huh.
we don't know who it's from.
No, Daniel Martell took it.
Anonymous.
No, I don't know who took the picture. No,
Lifestyles. Facebook lifestyle.
it just hashtag I think that's Facebook lifestyle. But I don't know who originally took the picture because it was just saying that this picture has already been turned over to the TBI. I think he resembles Sebastian. He don't dress like Sebastian, but you know, I don't think Sebastian's in Canada. I just truly don't. I think that kid is, I hate to say it, I think he's in the woods somewhere or he's in a shallow grave somewhere. That's just my opinion. And I'm sticking with that until you prove
I
me
have to
wrong.
agree with you. I have to agree with you
I-
100%.
You know, and if he was out there just missing, but then again, you know, you look at it like this. They act like they wanted Sebastian, but did they really want Sebastian?
Nope.
Or are they glad that he's gone and they're hoping he don't come back?
Well, he was cramping their style, really, you know.
Maybe. I mean, or is it a situation where Chris said, "Hey, he has to go," and Katie has chose this lifestyle over her past lifestyle, because you got to remember Katie don't come from the best place, and
Right.
she didn't have the best relationship with Seth, and now she's going from somebody that didn't work to living in a $800,000 mansion, living in, well, I wouldn't say a mansion, but it's
Mansion. Uh,
nice, and sleeping on silk sheets.
He
You
made
yeah.
know,
her feel like she had that extra tie down to the rough upbringing she had. I feel like, and
I mean,
yeah,
when you've been on the bottom, you don't never want to go back down. When you get up top,
No,
you're like, oh hell no, I want to stay
exactly,
up here.
I've
exactly.
Yeah, but
been
I
both
wouldn't
ways.
sacrifice anybody for that. You
I
know what
wouldn't
I'm
either. I
saying?
wouldn't even, Luna. I wouldn't either. I'd
Oh
live in a
my
box.
gosh, it's just horrible to think about.
I think
I
there
would
was an
live.
ultimatum.
Yeah, maybe. I would live in a box with my kid before, I let a
God,
woman say, "Hey, you can't have your kid." You
Okay,
know?
well, not to go squirrel for a minute, but like I told you, I'm I'm the one you sponsored Lorelai, my granddaughter, for.
Uh huh.
We live in our camper,
Uh huh.
and like I told you in my paragraph, taking my daughter and my granddaughter in, it wouldn't matter if we was in a tent, we was gonna make it work.
Yeah, and
But
I don't
bringing
blame
that
you.
up, going squirrel for just a minute. Whoever in the chat, one of our turtles that got in touch with a mutual friend that we have that donated the new camper to us, I can't stop crying about it because it has been the biggest blessing that I've ever. They won't let the people tell me who it is.
Uh
So it's
huh.
one of our viewers. But when he looked me up on Facebook, because that's how he had found my story, because I also posted my our story on the Facebook page.
Uh huh.
And when he looked me up on Facebook, he saw we had a mutual friend and got in touch with our mutual friend. And the next day, we had a new camper in our yard.
that's
Wow.
awesome.
God does
And
that kind of
it's
stuff.
a lot bigger. And like I said, it's got heat and air, so no more space heaters. And there was a place in the floor that needed to be fixed, but all the materials were there for my husband to work on it and fix it. They actually laid the floor today. So we should be moving in before Christmas.
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
I just
That's
really want to say
wonderful.
thank you to whoever out there decided to reach out and send that to us. It's been the biggest blessing that we've ever received.
There's
Besides
still
y'all
some.
adopting her.
There's still some good people in this world. There's
There
still
Oh,
is.
good
yeah.
people. You know.
And I do
Um.
have a bone to pick with you, Dolly. When we were on the stream the other day and you bought her little Jeep, you're like, yeah, they come pre put together. All you got to do is snap the steering wheel on.
Uh
I wish I had the money to fly you down here to make you put this thing together, because the only
huh.
thing that's put together is the frame. And I'm
Oh.
not mechanically inclined,
Uh huh.
and I don't feel like putting puzzles together right now. So I have 4 days to put this thing together.
Yeah. Well, you got a husband. Make him help you.
Yeah, no, he's gonna work on it tomorrow for us.
Yeah, and
Oh,
watch YouTube channels.
Yeah,
You know, check it up on YouTube. Search it.
yeah, I'm
yeah.
sure somebody's put it together. I mean, that's usually when I have a problem with something, I get up on YouTube and try to figure it
You,
out myself.
Right.
YouTube
She's gonna go
University.
see her other grandparents tomorrow, and so while she's gone, we're gonna pull it out and put it
Okay.
together.
Well, my
But I
mic sound a
really,
little bit better now, probably louder because I only had it on 12. I usually have it on 16, so maybe
That's
oh
that's why I
yeah,
awesome.
sounded
I
so
can hear
low.
you better.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
yeah, I just wanted to go squirrel for just a second to throw that out there and throw my thank you out in the chat and thank everybody. We're still getting packages in all day, every day. So we actually got like 2 and 3 of a lot of things.
Uh huh.
So I mean, if anybody else needs anything, if they could reach out, I could actually send some stuff to
Well,
some
I
as
think
well.
I don't know how it works, but I think you could take stuff back to Kohl's. I'm not sure how they credit it.
Or I mean, we have another granddaughter that's the same age, that's like
Uh
6 months
huh.
older than Lorelai. It's just her parents are well off, and we're able to buy her a few
Uh
things,
huh.
and so I could actually, anytime we get them anything for birthdays or Christmases, we get them matching stuff because they're so close in age that they like the same stuff. So we could
Okay.
share it with her, but
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we're getting like doubles and triples of. So, but
Yeah.
we really appreciate it.
We did the senior living facility tonight, and you should have seen the smiles on these people's faces. I think mostly they were happy that somebody came to see them,
Yeah,
right?
your time. See, that's what I do for a living. I'm a living caregiver for an elderly disabled man, and he has nobody.
Yeah.
And I took care of his aunt until she died, and now he is the last living. He's got one nephew that's a professor at Ole Miss University in Mississippi,
Uh-huh.
and that's the only family he has. And so, literally, me and my husband and my daughter, or our daughters, have become his family. And just my husband coming to sit with him for 15 minutes once or twice a week while I'm over here working, cleaning
Uh-huh.
house or whatever, that like makes his whole week. He's in a good
Yeah.
mood the rest of the week, you know?
That's what I noticed about a lot of these people. It seemed like they were just glad to have some company. That
Yep.
somebody
Right.
came to see them, that they were important enough to somebody would come see them. So it's a little sad, but at the same time, it brings a little joy that you can put a smile on somebody's face, even if it's just for a few minutes.
I
You
love
know,
That's
talking
why
to the older folks.
that's why I
because I
love my job, because going into it's a hard job because you go into it knowing that you're walking into these people's last days,
Yes, sir.
yeah
but after they go, yes, it's heartbreaking, and it gets you down for a few days, but then it's the most rewarding because you walk away knowing that for their last days you made them feel needed and wanted and loved and not alone, and you were able to make their last days that much better instead of
yeah
laying here and
yeah.
dying by themselves.
Well,
Yep.
yeah, it was a good experience. And see, I thought for originally they were supposed to be in one room, and we were supposed to just come in there and meet them and give them
Hmm.
the gifts, but they won't because they had just went back to their rooms for dinner. So the nurses took us around the hospital telling us how everything worked. They gave us a little tour of the place, and then took us each into each room one by one, introduced us, and we got to sit in the room with them, and to see how they were living, and how the hospital people were treating everybody, and I would say this place, everybody, the old people looked pretty happy, like they were being treated well, which is a good
Right.
thing, but they still seem a little lonely, and I guess that's the case, and, when you get up there in age like that, you just probably, you just want somebody with you, and I know
Right.
when I was going through my medical condition in the hospital, that's all I wanted was somebody there with me. I didn't really care about nothing else in the world long as that, PJ and, Tiff were there with me. So
That's how my husband was with both of his heart attacks this year. Like, I would have to come home to feed the old man at least, because if I didn't come feed him and put a dry pad under him, he wouldn't get nothing to eat. So I would have to leave the hospital for like an hour or two every day.
yeah.
And he would just be like, please, please hurry back. Like, please don't leave me for too long. And when I came back, it was just like with our dogs. Like, you leave the room for 5 minutes and come back, and he just lit up like it had been years since we had seen each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can
And
understand that. Well,
but y'all are good people for adopting those people. It takes a special person to be able to work with elderly people. That's why these homes need such special nurses to come in there and care for these people, because families don't want to be bothered. So they just stick them in a home and walk away. And so these nurses become nurses, and people like you, volunteers that come in to spend time with them. Like, that's the only family they have anymore after families stick them in these homes and stuff. But that's why I made the old man I take care of the promise when I started staying with him. He's like, I don't want to be put in a home. And I promised him as long as he would fight, I would fight to keep him home and keep him safe. And I've been with him for, it'll be 4 years in May, which on one hand, it's a good thing. Like, we have it made here. We live in our camper on his property, and we have a
mhm.
30-acre lake in our yard, 50 feet from our front door. So my husband's fishing all summer and stays out of my hair. And like, we live on 300 acres of woods. And so they're out there hunting in the winter and fishing in the summer. And but being here, he had no protection or nothing, and so we moved in here. So I get paid to take care of him Monday through Friday, and then I work Saturdays and Sundays to pay our rent and utilities. Which like I said, we got it made here. But on the other hand, that means I've had 5 days off since September the 9th of 2022. Literally 5 days off.
How
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I told my kid tonight, don't never put me in no home. That's what I told her when we were walking out the place. I was like, don't you ever put me in no home.
yeah, and it's scary putting, especially if you care about your loved one, it's scary putting your loved one in those places because a lot of those places, they've got so many patients that the nurses can't take one-on-one time, and so it seems like they're being treated badly, and there are some where they are treated badly, and so it's like, if you don't want this job or you don't care about elderly people, don't get in this profession.
Yeah, absolutely. So
But
the
I
whole
wanted to
thing.
thank you. I'm sorry for going squirrel. I just
Okay,
wanted to say thank you again to everybody.
you're welcome. You're very welcome.
But I do need to get back in here to him so I can feed him some food. But I'll be listening and I'll jump in the chat every once in a while. But I just wanted to jump on and thank everybody and put my 2 cents in.
all right, you be good.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right. See, I told you that little bit of stuff we did makes a big difference in people's lives. And a smile take you a long ways in this world. Like there's so many people out here on the internet that all they do is, I understand that their content is drama, but all they do is fight. Like you have a platform, you can use your platform for good, or you can use your platform for bad.
I got a neighbor at my other place. He's 87. He's still riding dirt bikes.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think I killed myself on a dirt bike.
He was supposed to help me on a tree job today because he was crying about my trees, and I cut him down.
Heather said, Dolly, they would kick you out of a home. They probably would.
Yes, they would.
They'd be like, you got to go, bro. You are nuts.
They kicked me out too. Only having one cigarette a day? I don't think so.
Well, I've been quit smoking. I didn't just stop drinking soda.
I'm hopefully I'm not going to be going into a home, but okay, the cigarette, I understand. That'd be fine, but you ain't going to make me stop the other stuff.
Yeah, I haven't even had a soda in like a week now. I didn't lost count of days. I was counting every day, but
I'll get your soda stream, Dolly.
I mean, why do that? I didn't quit drinking it. Now I've been drinking water.
Because the soda, you can make your own soda and there ain't no garbage in it. Just straight up
sugar. I'm trying to quit drinking all the sugar.
Yeah,
I've already lost 4 pounds, Mab.
Yeah,
soon I'll be a lean, mean fighting machine. Okay.
Yeah, I'm working in the same direction, but I still got some ice cream to go through before I start losing weight.
And when I went to Texas Roadhouse today, I only ate 1 roll.
That's good. I would have eaten 4.
I usually eat 4. I usually eat the whole damn basket.
Wow, Mab. I remembered back when I first met you, you were still having a lot of trouble with the jaw, and you were skinny.
I was. I was like 155 pounds.
Yeah, that's usually what I average, is about 155 pounds. I'm
I'm
like 195 right now.
I'm over 200.
Are you? I'm 195.
Wow.
So I'm going to drop down to about 165, and then I'll be good. So what is that, 30 pounds? Let's see.
If I get to 180, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I got to lose about 30 pounds.
That's only 25 pounds heavier than me.
So, I mean, I think I'll be back at the right weight in about 2 months if I keep up to what I'm doing now.
It's always in winter when I gain weight like that.
Oh, yeah.
So, I just think once my body burns all that sugar that I've been put in it, I'll start burning fat, and I'm going to start working out the first. I haven't started working out
You
yet.
do a little workout right before you go to sleep, your metabolism burns fat while you sleep.
Well, yeah, I got me some little dumbbells, and I got a treadmill, and I'm going to start doing, like, while I watch a movie at night, I'm going to start walking on the treadmill while I'm watching the movie.
That's cool. A good idea.
So that way I'll do an hour and a half, because most movies are 90 minutes. I'll do an hour and a half on the treadmill, and that's my plan. And then when I watch TV and there's a commercial, I'm gonna do push-ups during the commercials.
Dang, you'd be an MMA pretty quick.
I'm just saying, it's the like this dude told me about it a long time ago. It's a lazy man workout. Like if you're sitting on the couch watching TV, every time a commercial gets on, exercise during the commercials, and then when the movie comes back on, sit back down. And this dude was ripped. I mean, he said he did like 1,000 push-ups a day. He said I sit around and watch TV, but every time a commercial comes on, I get down, I do push-ups, or I do jumping jacks, or sit-ups, and then when the commercial's over, I sit right back down on the couch and eat a donut.
The
And
ripped
he was
couch potato.
yeah, and he was ripped. He was in really good shape. I was like, wow. It's like I ain't never thought about that. He was like, yeah, just every time a commercial comes on, work out. So you figure you
I'm having trouble carrying like I used to because I'm getting too fat.
I'm just having problem with my joints, like my shoulders. I'm getting old, like I'm getting like I don't know if it's arthritis or what, but I don't know what I did to my shoulders, but both of my shoulders have been really sore. Like I went to a masseuse the day before yesterday,
Mhm.
and she was not a great massage person. I even told her I was like my shoulders are hurting, and she barely did my shoulders. Um, but yeah, I don't know what I did to my shoulders, but they're jacked up.
My hands hurt a little bit today because I did a bunch of tree work today.
And I slept on the couch last night because I fell asleep watching a movie. And PJ said that for some reason I breathe better on the couch.
Because your
Like
head's in a more elevated position.
maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. And she was like, I came out there and you was asleep and you were breathing perfectly fine. She's like, but when you lay in the bed, you just stop breathing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what the difference
When you lay
is.
on the couch, does your head kind of swoop up where the end?
Yeah, because you know how the couch has the arm on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then, like I said, my sleep study, they made that in March. Like that's 3 months away. Like, damn, you couldn't have got
I
me
got
into
to do a sleep study too.
do you? Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think I have trouble breathing at night. I don't think I'm getting enough air at night.
I think I usually sleep with a fan on me too. And lately I haven't been sleeping with a fan. So maybe that may have something to do with it because it's been a lot chillier. So I haven't been sleeping with the fan. And I usually, maybe that helps push oxygen into me. I'm not quite sure, but I think that's the only difference lately.
I
And
like I
is
like the
me.
fan just for the white noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
too.
usually why I do it is because of the noise. But like I said, I've been leaving here, and I'll watch a little bit of TV, and sometimes I'll fall asleep on the couch out there, just watching TV, depending on what I'm watching.
Yeah, if your sleep study's not till March, I'd be sleeping on that couch more often.
Huh?
So I'd be sleeping on that couch more often if you're breathing
Or
better.
just sleep in the bed and prop my head up if that's what the
Yeah,
problem is,
same
you
deal.
know.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when I have acid reflux real bad. I got to sit up and sleep. I can't lay flat back and sleep. I've been having all kind of problems in my old age. I don't know.
Yeah, acid reflux ain't nothing to deal with, man. I got
Well,
that from drinking too much Captain Morgan's.
oh
And
Lord.
never again. Ugh.
There's some ulcers on that.
Well, I got lucky, I guess, but I quit drinking it and everything else too eventually. But still, that was awful. I thought I was having a heart attack.
Oh Lord.
Never had it before, and I tell you what, it never had it again.
Well, here's the thing about the whole heart attack thing is when I had my heart attack, I didn't feel no pain. None. Zero. I just had anxiety real bad.
Sweating.
Sweating. I started sweating real bad, started
Yeah.
having real bad like a panic attack feeling, but I
Mhm.
wasn't in any physical pain. Like even when they were giving me pain medicine at the hospital, I was like, I'm not in pain. And then like when I have a pain, like a chest pain, PJ would tell me, she's like, why are you worried? She's like, when you had your heart attack, you didn't have no pain. So it ain't a sign of you're having a heart attack because you didn't feel no pain when you had a. Now I think some people do because because I did
Yeah.
a class and some people start to hurt in their back or some people start to
Yeah.
have pain in their neck.
Left
And
arm is the
the,
usual suspect.
Yeah.
yeah, arm.
And I get
That's usually a
foot
sign of a
pains
stroke,
too.
though. I think it's the when it's in the arm.
Yeah, and I get pain shoot down my arm and down across my chest too, but it's nerves. So half
Yeah,
the time I can't think,
yeah,
unless
you
I
know,
start sweating, then I don't worry about it.
yeah. Like it's just so many things that can cause pain. You don't want to go to the worst thing instantly, but you still got to be cautious. I knew something was wrong. I just didn't know what. And thank God because it saved my life. If I would have just sat here, I wouldn't be here with us today. So,
Well, I think it runs in your family, Dolly, because your brother, you know.
well, yeah, but he lived a whole different type of lifestyle. He drank every day.
Oh,
Uh, he was living a rough, crazy life, and that may have played more into it. He had more, his
is he
lifestyle was
older?
I'm
yeah,
sure
a
it
lot older than me, and he had a whole way different lifestyle than I do. You know what I'm saying? He drank every day. He was I wouldn't even say he was a functional alcoholic, but he drank a lot, and I think that drinking, eventually your body can't take it. Eventually, it's going to shut down.
Yeah.
So,
I'd
but
be
yeah,
dead
as far as everybody
today
else,
if
I
you
haven't
drink it.
known too many people in my family to have heart attacks. My sister, she's had heart attacks. Um, but I don't know. Usually, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna take me out this game. We'll find out one day. You know what I'm saying? I hope it ain't soon. I hope it ain't soon. That's all I can say.
Well,
So,
I look at death as like um, something to look forward to, actually.
yeah, hell no. I got shit to do.
Yeah,
I
but
got
you don't
I'm the same way,
understand where
Matt.
you're going, man.
well,
Yeah.
like when it's time, it's time. But I'm not trying to rush it. I can
We're
tell you
going
that.
to a better place than this,
Well,
man.
That's what they
I,
say.
yeah.
That's what they
Dylan,
say.
Dolly's still 10 years behind me. How many years behind GMAB? I know you're a little bit older than me,
I
but
got them by, what are you, 50?
Yeah, but age don't matter. The dude that died today was 29 years old. My
right,
daughter's friend, he was
right.
29 years old, and
You never know.
you never know what
But
age you're going to leave
if
this
you're going
world.
to get old, the wisdom that comes along with it
I
helps
turned
you.
63 and I was out
Yeah.
throwing wood, chopping trees down today. It's like I
Well,
was 20.
I'm 60 and I'm still, and what I'm trying to say is your wisdom grows as you get older, and the more you know, and you won't be
Yeah, but
afraid of death.
I
You
I
won't
got
be afraid of death
I
as
got
you
to get in a little bit better shape before I be out chopping wood. I got to swing an axe. I got to slowly work my way back. You know,
Well, I got
I,
a big ass 60-ton skid steer mounted wood splitter. I sit in a chair beside it and just pull a lever.
oh, oh, okay, that's a little different. I swing an axe. I'm a
That's the
little,
way to do it.
I ain't saying I can't do it. I'm just saying that I wouldn't be able to do it for long. I'm a little out of shape.
I
But
wouldn't be able to do it.
hopefully at the beginning of this year, I'm going to take the whole thing seriously and get back in really good shape. But it's going to be a
Um,
slow, long journey. I'm not in a rush. It ain't
you
like,
work,
I'm doing it for my health. I'm not doing it because I want to look better. You know what I'm
you work,
saying?
get all worked up for Survivor.
Yeah, I don't know if I make it on Survivor now. I think my days of trying to make it on Survivor are over. But I mean, I would still try. I just, I don't know. Uh, right
Get
now, I
yourself
couldn't do
back in
Survivor.
physical shape, buddy. You could do it.
Yeah, if I
Just
was
have
in
a
good
bad heart
shape,
Yourself
attack. You
Survivor?
there's a lot of
in
running,
physical
swimming, and
shape, take your medicine.
there's a lot of
You,
running, swimming, and lifting in Survivor. Right now, I'm not in that kind of shape. So I might put my application in for Squid Games 3.
The hell's that?
You never seen Squid Games?
I've never
Nah.
heard it either.
Oh, it's the number one show on Netflix. Squid Games.
What happened to our Netflix?
And there's two Squid Games. There's a show, Squid Games, which is like a movie, and then there's the actual game, Squid Games. And they pick 495 contestants, and it goes down to one, and you got to play all these kids games. and vote people out. It's the coolest fucking game ever. I've been trying to bring a version of it to the Dolly version of Squid Games to YouTube, but I can't tell you all the secrets yet. But I've been working on a version for YouTube that where people can join and play kids games against each other.
Mrs.
And
Mapp said that during COVID, our card got compromised, so we never turned it back on.
uh-huh.
Now we don't have Netflix because we just never turned it back on.
Oh, okay. Somebody says I missed Turtle Island. But yeah, I'm trying to bring another game and it's gonna be based off of Squid Games, but it's gonna
Notice
be
that
Dolly
works.
Games.
Games.
Squid Games is like paper, scissors, rock. It's like red light, green light. It's like jump rope. It's different little puzzle games. Like it's different things. And it's all based off of children's games. And they get 495 contestants. And like they play red light, green light. And if you move during the red light, you're eliminated. Boom, you're gone. You're gone. So you got to make it through all the games. Like this season, the last game
Like
was
Simon says.
the last game this season was red light, green light on it. And I watched the whole season over the last few days of the new Squid Games. Squid Games is awesome. So if I could get now they're casting right now for season 3, so I might fill that out tomorrow.
Sounds kind of lame, but maybe I'm missing something.
Oh no, it's good. It's really good because you live in a dorm with everybody, so it's almost like a reality TV show with the games involved, and it's a lot of cutthroat because they play for $4.5 million.
There are a lot of scheming behind the scenes, and
Yeah, because only one person can win the 5 million. So it's real cutthroat. You'll see people turning on their friends, people making friends and becoming enemies, enemies becoming friends with people that they were enemies with. It's a lot.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised what you'll do for $5 million. People show you who they are for 5 million. You know what I'm saying? They put it all on the line, and you'll see people get so close and lose and just break down and cry. Because they're seeing that money because they show you the money the whole time. Every time somebody's eliminated, they drop 10,000 into this big piggy bank, and it's a clear pig.
What they don't understand is having 5 million ain't necessarily going to make you happy. You're still you. You still got
but most people's biggest struggle is financial.
Yeah, most people I see that win money lose it quick.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a different story. You got to know how to manage your money, but 5 million can solve a lot of my problems. I can tell you that. Does anybody in here watch Squid Games? Press 1 if you watch Squid Games. I watched the show and the game show because there's 2.
Mm-hmm.
There's a show called Squid Games where it's actors, and then there's the actual contest where they have real people compete. I see you wanting to watch the Squid Games. All right, well there you go. If you ain't watched Squid Games, watch it. It's great. Elena watches Squid Games. You ain't never seen the people with the pink outfits on and wearing a mask, the black mask with the triangle on it?
I don't have Netflix.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll show y'all something real fast. Hold it down for me for a minute, ma'am.
All right. So, Luna Moon, what have you been up to?
Not too much.
You changed your name. All I know you by is Luna Moon.
It is Luna Moon.
That was 3 years ago.
Oh, well, it's still Luna. I just shortened it to Luna.
That's cool. Finally won Turtle Island, Luna.
I know you did. I was rooting for you. I knew you'd catch this one. Now, come on.
Well, I didn't think I'd ever win this damn thing.
I know. I didn't.
This year was promising because I won the first game, and they had to kick me off twice.
Yeah.
It was clutch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, some people took themselves out by what they did and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I thought Kramit had it in the bag there at the end, and then You know, all the
in the
behind the
world?
scenes. What the hell? That's not your Oculus, is it? Are you muted? Dolly.
I think he is muted. Oh, that can't hear you.
Oh, this is how they dress in Squid Games. This is the
Oh,
mask from Squid Games. All the people that run the game wear these masks.
so nobody knows who anybody is but their voice?
That's it. You don't see the people that run the game. You just see the contestants. And
Oh
the head
wow.
guy wears a black mask and a black suit.
Oh wow. Can you see through that really well?
Yeah,
Oh my. I don't like it.
he's creeping me out. LOL.
Me
See, I can
too.
see it.
Thank you, Mary Jane. He is me too.
So yeah, for anybody that
Hi,
watches Squid
Tony.
Game,
Tiger the Tony is here.
Looks
Oh
like
my
a
god.
damn serial killer.
serial killer.
Yeah.
Nah,
Look like
no
old
killer.
Hannibal Lecter running through
Yeah.
the snow after somebody.
All right. So anyway, we got way off track, but hopefully there's some justice for Sebastian Rogers. There is a gathering for Sebastian Rogers February 26th in front of the Hawkins County, not Hawkins County, but Hendersonville Sheriff's Office, where they're going to guess, scream out, "We want justice for Sebastian," which will make the 2-year anniversary of when Sebastian Rogers went missing. So
So we're going to do a little protest outside the police station?
outside the sheriff's office.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
So you never know. Dolly might pop up in a mask.
February
away from-
26th, you say?
stay away
In a-
from the bullhorns and the baby gates.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Stay away from the bullhorns and the baby gates. So I don't know.
You said February what, Dolly?
February 26th. It's the same day Sebastian went missing.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Dolly, you can't win money being a triangle. Yeah, you can't win money being a triangle or a square or a circle. That's all the squid people.
So they have a different circles or one people.
Yeah, it's a triangle, a circle, and a square. It's the same buttons that are on a PlayStation controller. Because the show is like from Japan or China, and it's the #1 show on Netflix when the show came out. And then so they took the show and turned it into a real game. And now the real game is like super big on Netflix. So it's Squid Games. And Dolly games will probably be coming to YouTube soon, but I can't tell you exactly what because I don't want anybody to steal my stuff.
So have you figured out how you're gonna work in the 400 people, or are you gonna start with 200? Or?
Yeah, I already got the concept in my head of how I'm going to do it, and it's going to be instead of because people can't play against each other, but what they can do is they can pick me or PJ to play for them, which person they want to pick, and then we play the game live, and then if you lose, that person that picked us gets eliminated.
Gotcha.
See what I'm saying? So it's game based. So we'd be sitting here playing like Uno. We'd be playing like marbles. It's weird little kid games, but it becomes like every person that's eliminated, the prize goes up.
Mhm.
So like it would be something where people had to enter it so that the pool would be high at the end, so people would want to win it. You know what I'm saying? So and plus if you just want to play kids games, it'd be fun,
So you get a bunch of people buying in.
Yeah, and then it becomes an interactive kind of game, right? So it may be in the works. It may be like one of those games where I do Turtle Island one night, and then once a week I do a version of Dolly games. Mr. Beast has already done it too. He has his own game like it. Mr. Beast. Yeah, I knew he was going to do it. I just had a feeling Mr. Beast was going to do it. But yeah, he had Beast games.
Is Mr. Beast, what kind of channel is that?
That's the dude that makes the kids videos, and he does the Feastable candy bars, and he gives all the money away, like Lambos and different, gives away cars, and he's the richest person on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah. He's the biggest channel and the richest person on YouTube. He makes the most money, Mr. Beast.
How many millions?
Billion. He's worth like $1 billion. He's
No, I mean, how many subscribers?
Oh, he's 100 million, 300 million.
Damn.
All right, we got Shauna in the back. Yeah, he's way up there. Mr. Beast is the man when it comes to YouTube. All right, Shauna, go to your thumbnail or point to your ceiling. All right, we can see you. All you gotta do is click on the little camera button. There you go. You got it. All right, did you want to touch in on the Sebastian stuff there, Shauna?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey guys.
Hello.
I figured it out this time, Dolly.
Yeah, you did it.
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm very sorry for Tiff
Yeah.
and her friend's loss. That's very, very sad. And sending her lots of love, especially at such a young age. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well, he had some medical conditions, but
Yeah,
it sucks to see her so sad.
it does. Yeah. Well, I'm glad she was with her daddy when she found out, at least.
Yeah.
So much love and respect for what y'all did tonight. I love it. Hearing that story. So don't get mad at me for the rest of this conversation.
Oh Lord.
Well, listen, I understand where you're coming from with Dog and all that stuff, and I get it. But I've worked with him personally, and I don't know. I mean, I have not talked to him or seen him in a couple years, but I do believe his heart's in the right place. I've seen him do some amazing things, like without the cameras. So I just wonder if he was misled. But to me, it seems like everything else that comes with Sebastian, the people that showed up and stepped in that were credible anyway. We're not talking about Garden Gnome. We're talking about giant man from Missouri, St. Louis, and what you know who I'm talking about. I don't want to name drop, but I've said this in the past, like these people show their butts and they turn everybody off as far as the Sebastian thing goes. And it's like, I'm not sure, I was driving earlier. I'm not sure if it was you or someone else that said that if I thought my kid was in Nova Scotia or wherever, and I thought that might be my kid, I'd be on my way there right now. I tend to disagree that Sebastian is gone. I don't know why. I just feel it in my gut that he's somewhere, whether purposely hidden or not, but it makes no sense to me and many others why there's no accountability held.
I mean,
like it's like you say in Virginia, they take you and they arrest you if they can't find, or whatever it was that you said about that one child. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but the
Cody
one,
Bixby.
yes, yeah. Why is nothing at all being done? Well, I have my opinions about why Chris and Katie are not being held accountable.
No evidence.
Yeah, and I get that, Mab. I do, but come on. There's it's like the Melody
Buzzer.
yes. Come on.
What's going on with
Like
her?
her
Got an update on that case?
I don't know. The last thing I heard was from y'all, and her mom is still running free. It just makes no sense to me.
They've
It's
been gone like a
ridiculous.
couple months now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you
Yeah.
talking about Melanie Buzzard?
Yeah.
Yeah. But is it Buzzard? Oh, I always forget. Yeah, Buzzard.
Yeah.
Big.
It's like the birds
Yeah,
that fly
okay.
around in a circle when you die. Those kind of buzzards.
Yeah. That's just, I don't get it. I don't get it. There's a ball being dropped in these cases. I get that they need evidence, but come on. Sebastian's been gone, what, almost
What are they
2 years
supposed to
now?
do, Donna?
Well,
We have a
I
constitution.
know.
We have rights, you know.
I
Yeah.
know, but come on. Put them in a freaking room and keep them there until they talk. It's frustrating.
What if they just don't talk?
Well, yeah, I get that, Mab, but it just doesn't make sense, because then you see these other people falsely imprisoned or falsely arrested for shit way less than this.
There's a dude right
mean,
now
we're talking.
sitting in jail. I saw on the case, and the dude's been in jail for 48 years.
Oh, is it about that man that
Dude,
for $25 or something from the
Yes.
7-Eleven? Yes. Disgusting.
$25, and all he was doing was getting his own
Taking his change back. Yep. Yeah.
Because the dude behind the counter didn't want to give him his change or
Yeah.
whatever. They went back there, took his change, less than $25. They put him in jail for freaking life. It seemed like.
Life. And he had no prior charges.
No prior charges, no nothing.
And that was back in what, the 80s? They didn't have CCTV and all that. You cannot freaking tell me that with all the cameras, like CCTV and Ring cameras and security cameras, that you cannot track down Sebastian or
All right, hold on one second.
Melody. Oh,
Silly
sorry.
Video Parent said, "What kind of trackers can I get from Amazon for my kid traveling? Too late to order yours, and I cannot take them out of going 12 hours trip and upsetting me. It's not too late to get mine. You can still get my trackers on by dollysoap.com. But if not, just go on Amazon and get you a air tag. Okay, they're like $35, $40, and that'll work perfectly fine. They got a bunch of them up there. It's like 50. So, but I would say if you're just trying to get something that's going to track them, just get and if you got an iPhone, I would say a air tag. That's it, $35 plus tax. Now we got ones that work for Android and iPhone, and they're $20, but they're $35 on Amazon for iTag. But thank you for your donation there, Silly Video Parent. All right, go ahead. Sorry to cut y'all off.
No, you're fine.
Dude's been sitting in jail for 48 years, something like that.
Yeah, prison.
Comes up for parole with all
Nothing.
the blessings. And
Been
all
denied for parole every time.
Denying him.
Yeah. Even though he has no disciplinary action, he's been an exemplary.
Exemplary.
Yeah.
Exemplary.
It's yeah.
Prison.
Yeah, denied for parole every time for
They let him out
taking his
to go to
change
his
back.
funeral, I think.
Well.
There's a lot of people who have been jailed based on some up and coming prosecutors'
Agenda.
resume. You know what I'm saying? Like they start
Look.
out building their resume, and they need to have some convictions to.
Look at OJ though. He robbed a guy for his own stuff, and he went to prison for it. I mean, if you want to weigh it out like that.
Yeah,
Well,
but after he
how do you
got
get that?
let
That
loose
isn't a
for
lot of
murder.
Yeah, but he wasn't convicted for the murder. You can't charge him for murder for stealing his own stuff, but that's what they did. They hit him like he was, they got him for that murder, even though that ain't what he was charged with. They gave him the max for robbing his own stuff back. The dude had stole that stuff from him.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I agree with that, Dolly. And that's our justice system anymore. And it's getting worse and worse. And I live in a very small town. just outside of where Sebastian is from, and the crap I've seen and the things that are said here locally, why do you think? I mean, as far as I know, anyway, I really pretty much just follow you, Dolly, as far as talking about Sebastian or Riley. Well, Mab has talked about Riley as well.
Y'all hold it
and I
down,
was
Mab. I'll be right back. I gotta
Gotcha.
grab something.
okay. But Mab, my whole point is, why is it that even my own law enforcement friends won't talk about it?
Because it's an old
Like-
boys network.
It's big time, and I get hell all the time. Like, I mean, a lot of the law enforcement officers that I am friends with, family with, whatever, they are not allowed to get on, like, they can't get on YouTube or follow these cases outside of the precinct. And I've
They
been
could
told
look at
and warned,
They can't have their
stop
own
talking. I'm sorry, what?
They could look at YouTube. They just can't.
Yeah, no, and I know they do, because and that's why I shouldn't put my name up here, but I don't care. I don't give a shit. But I've been told, don't get on these YouTube channels, and they're misinformation. I'm like, you are damn right. A lot of them are, but not the very one that I follow, as
But
far
if
as
you're
Sebastian.
smart and you have a common sense filter, you can watch all the YouTube you want and still come out with the truth if you know what the hell you're doing.
Well, and that's the problem. Why aren't they? Why has no one? Okay, why aren't the teachers speaking up at Sebastian's school? Law enforcement is,
Because he's a minor.
but listen, there are a few teachers that no longer work at his school.
Well, maybe
And
they
they've
could
been-
speak up.
Yeah, but it's like a threat. Don't
Oh,
talk
hold-
about why. Why so
hold on.
hush hush?
Hold on one second. I want to show y'all
Yes.
guys something. I've been printing these 3D printed sugar
Oh.
skulls. See that?
Yeah, those are
Cool.
cool.
I gotta
Oh
paint
my
it,
gosh, cool.
but it's gonna be a sugar skull when I'm done, like some voodoo
Yeah.
type. And I printed
The
this one. Check this one
Mexican
out.
dead, day after dead, or whatever they
The
call it.
flowers.
Oh,
You're gonna paint
I
those?
don't know what a 3D
Yeah,
printer is, but that's pretty badass.
Yeah, I made these. This one took me I think this one took me 6 hours. This one to make, and I still got. I'm gonna hand paint it. Hit it with polyurethane,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna sell them in sets of 3. This is 2 of them. I ain't printed the 3rd one yet, but they're gonna be all hand painted by me, and I'm gonna have them on my merch store.
Be some high dollar shit there.
I know they're nice, ain't they? But wait till you see them when they're painted. They're gonna look badass.
That's
So
pretty cool.
Beside 'em.
I'm gonna sell them in a set of 3, and I think I'm gonna sell them once I paint them. They're gonna be $100 for 3 of them.
oh, I'd pay that.
Pretty good.
Well,
deal.
these sit on your mantle or wherever you want to, because they're in a set. So there's 3 of them to a set. So they're sugar skulls. So, and Mardi
But
Gras.
Dolly, you can
coming up.
expand that to other things too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, but
Like
I
not
like
just scary stuff. I know that's your thing, but
these ain't scary. These are like girls love these things. These are
Oh,
usually
yeah, we
chicks
do.
usually have like sugar skulls. So
I guess
if
I'm
it
not a
was
girl
me,
then.
The
I
monkeys,
would-
monkey see, monkey do, or see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil.
I think this one it took me 4 hours to do this one.
Oh, those.
Where's the 10-hour one?
The 10-hour one is in the living room. It's the skull with the. I'll show y'all that one too. Hold on.
I
all
guess
right,
I need to look up what 3D
Y'all-
printing is.
y'all go back to chat and
Really
I'll go
cool.
grab it and show it to you.
All right.
It's really cool.
I gotta get me a
I have
3D
to look up
printer.
what that. I'm 51 years old, and you would think my kids make fun of me. My 13-year-old granddaughter has to show me how to do things on my phone, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely old.
I don't feel so bad now.
I just naturally can figure shit out on anything.
Oh, I can too, but not technology. No, I'm technology challenged.
Yeah,
Nope.
I was into technology. I invented some pretty heavy shit.
I know. I've seen it, Mab. I've seen some of your videos. It's pretty damn cool. But I can change my oil in my motorcycle and in my car, and I can fix things, but I'm a visual learner. But
Mhm.
technology and nope, nope. That's where nope, I don't get it.
Yeah, I can do things in my head. Like when I go do a job, I do the whole
Mhm.
job in my head before I even
Before you
arrive.
even do it. Yeah.
So I have all the
Yep.
tools because I've already gone through all the steps to do the whole thing. So I already have all the tools because I already thought about it.
All right, I'm back. All
Right.
right. Now this one is the one I spent 10 hours printing, and I got about 2
Dolly, you
hours to
interrupted our
paint.
conversation.
All right.
Just kidding. Just
Your
kidding.
conversation ain't as cool as this, though. Look,
That is cool.
Oh, damn.
it's a van. I ain't done with it yet, but I got so far. I got
Yeah.
about 12 hours into it.
Wait, is that painted or is that
Yeah, it's painted, hand
3D?
painted. It's 3D printed like this,
I gotta look that up. Wow.
like this.
But you painted it.
Yeah, and I hand painted this one. So
That's
I got 12.
awesome.
I got 12 hours into this one. See the difference in how white this is, and see how this one has the color to it. How
Hmm.
That's
I
sweet.
did all the contours of the face and the skull.
Oh, I
and
can
the,
totally see why that is like therapy.
yeah, this is
I
what I do when
love,
I sit around and watch
yeah,
movies at night. I paint
yeah.
now. It's been like I got a bunch of stuff I painted, and like so at the horror convention, you know how last year I did the horror convention and I made like $3,000 at the horror convention selling tumblers. So this
Hmm.
year, when I go back, I'm going to be selling all kinds of 3D printed, hand painted stuff like skulls like this and different things at the horror convention. So I've been just sitting around in my spare time painting them, right? Like I print
That's so
them.
lethargic though.
I
Like to
gotta,
paint and draw.
yeah, but you gotta make it too. So you gotta get the
Yeah.
image, you gotta sculpt it, you gotta put it in there, and what they call it is slicing. You slice it so the 3D printer knows what layers to print it, and then
Mhm.
you gotta take these things and put them on there, which supports all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're like pillars. You put all these pillars on it so that it can print it, and then you print it because I printed some things that didn't come out right. But then once I've figured everything out, now I've been printing the really cool, hard to print stuff
Now,
because
is
now
that
I know how
hollow
to do
or
it.
does it have braces in it?
Yeah, so like his whole mouth had braces in it. So because you see how the gaps. So
Yeah.
as it
I feel
printed
like
it,
you showed that one the other day, Dolly, before you painted it, didn't you?
I may have showed it before I painted
You
it, but
Yeah,
I
did.
ain't done with
I
it.
think you
I
did.
haven't painted around the bottom of it here yet. And I haven't. I'm gonna do this in like the silver because he has these. It's like biomechanical coming through his neck. And I haven't done that
Mhm.
yet. So
When's the
I was just getting the texture and the color of the actual skull right, and it took me a while. Like I worked on that damn thing for like 2 hours, but now it looks officially like dope as
so you
hell.
can
You know
cut
what I'm saying?
the braces out after you printed it.
Huh?
Once you print it, you can take them braces out.
Yeah, yeah. Like the braces come out. Like I got a bunch of them right here in my studio floor. The braces look like this.
Yeah.
Where I've been
Mm.
pulling the braces off. This one I just printed tonight.
See, I'm on
But
my phone, so I can't see it like
oh yeah,
in.
like so when you're printing this, it's gonna print like this, and then like these braces will be up under like the chin like this. So when it prints, it has a way to support itself as it's printing. That way
Right.
it don't
Okay.
Mm.
break apart. So then once you do that, once you print it, you gotta take all these things off of it, and then you got your actual like there's still a piece of it on the back. See the ring that
Got it.
Once you
that's
pay
gotta
for that
come off.
3D printer.
This one that I'm using is like I think it was 500 and I got it on sale. So
The printer.
yeah,
What's
Okay, see,
the
I'm thinking of like a
login?
paper printer. I don't even. Like I said, I'll look it
That's
up.
I mean
I'm
it,
sorry.
it works. It works
that's
almost the same
plastic,
way.
isn't
It
it?
works the same way. It just takes hours and hours to do it. It slowly
Like,
makes a little like little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit.
yeah.
And 10 hours later, you come back and you have something, or 11 hours, and you have something like this.
There's like a 12 by 12,
Fascinating.
12 by 20. What's the
This one
That
is
looks so
I can
good.
do. In this one, I can do stuff that's 8 inches tall and probably almost a foot wide.
uh,
And this is maxing it pretty much on my printer. Is
But
about this
what's the
size.
material? that it's made out of?
Like plastic.
Yeah, roll.
Wow. Okay.
Plastic in a roll, yeah. And I mean, this thing right here cost me in material, I think $21 in material. So,
Huh.
and then you got to figure $21 in material, and I got 12 hours into it. So,
And that's
time is
without
money.
painting it?
No, 10 hours without painting it, 2 hours of
So
painting
you
it.
have to, like,
Machine,
it
that's
doesn't come out in color. You have to paint it.
No, they do have printers that print 4 colors. But yeah, you have to paint it. But the painting
Wow.
part of it is the part that I wanted to do anyway.
Yeah, that's
You know,
more enjoyable.
so designing it and making it and coming up with something, the cool concept is cool, right? Because this is like a vampire. You notice it has the vampire teeth.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mhm.
don't have people teeth. See, it's like this is a vampire skull. Is technically what it is, and it's supposed. It should have been a little bit wider so it could hold my headphones, but my intent was to set it on my desk and put my headphones on it. You know what I'm saying? As a
Yeah.
headphone holder is what it was going to be. Is a really cool headphone holder to hold my headphones, but it's a little small for my headphones. Hold on, I'll show you.
Well, that's still a good size, though. Now
Yeah,
I
but
can
it needs
see
to be
like
just a little bit wider, and it was supposed to hold my
yeah.
headphones. Or I could put it on there like this, and it was
That's so
supposed to hold my
cool.
headphones. So it's just a little too small for these headphones, but it was supposed to sit like that. So, I can
Mm.
reach over there and grab my headphones off of it. Is how it was going to be.
I think
So,
the
but I made it a little
vampires
small, but
his head's
so
just
far it's turned out pretty good. Even PJ was like, "Damn!" She's like, "That thing looks cool." I was like, you know, skills. I got skills to pay the bills. Just creativity. I get bored and I just sit there and I turn on a movie and I just sit there with a brush and like just start,
Yeah.
you know, messing with it. And I bought this one of these lights that you like shine down on it. It has a big magnifying glass on top of it. So I put it like a jeweler lamp, and so it
Mhm.
blows it up real big. So when I'm working on it, I'm looking at it real big, and then so I can see everything because I'm half-ass blind. So for a blind
We
man,
know.
that's pretty cool looking skull, ain't it? Because it originally was this color.
Yeah,
That's how
that's
you
what
tell
you
it.
showed the other day.
Yeah.
You showed that just like that white one. Yeah.
Yeah, so all the black and white and
Wow.
the eyes and the detail and the base. I still ain't done.
Damn.
When I'm done with it, it's gonna be really cool. But I think I got about another, I would say 3 hours on this one.
Well, you got
So
to make sure you show us the finished product.
so it'll be about a 15-hour piece, right?
That's
And
so cool.
then like I may put them on my merch store and sign them, but they're pricey because I spend so much time on
Time is
one.
money.
Right, but I mean, if you want something that's super cool that you can't get anywhere else, hand painted. I mean, it's a piece of art, is what it is.
Yeah.
So it's a little evil for art, but I'm gonna make some more girly type stuff because I know girls like it once it's done. So that's why I was like, okay, that's evil. I like that, but that ain't something PJ would like. So then I was like, okay, let me do some sugar skulls that are all pretty and
That's
girly.
very cute.
When
Yeah.
when I paint all the flowers and stuff and you see it all popping, these will be real popular. And I know that every one I make, and especially if I just hold them till I go to that horror convention, I'll sell every last single one of these without a problem.
That's
So
cool.
I'm thinking 300-400 is my price. PJ may say 120, but I mean I don't know. It
I'm
because
not
she's the
much for
same way.
skulls, but even I would possibly buy that female one.
Well, wait. I mean, you've seen it now, right? This is like it
Hmm.
looks like it don't. It looks just. It's when I'm done with it, it's gonna
Yeah,
look
it's going to be,
badass. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
beautiful.
So I'm waiting to print the third one, and I'm gonna print all 3 of them at the same time. So I'll have
Mm.
them sitting in front of me, and I'll put on like a horror movie, and I'll just sit around and paint. Like as I kind of do, I kill 2 birds at one stone. So then I can watch a movie and get something
Yeah.
done at the same time. So
All right,
I'm
y'all. Mabster's jumping down now.
I'm getting out of here too, Mab. You be
All right.
good.
Love you, Mab. Love you,
Love
Mab.
you too, Shauna.
Take care, Mab.
Just-
See you
All right.
soon.
All right, guys. All right, I know we got way off topic there at the end, but the beginning of the video is the best part. All right, so if you made it this far, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We always get a little sidetracked there at the end, but yeah, I'm gonna be making a bunch of different art stuff. This is, I'm always doing something. I got to keep my mind occupied. It's just one of those things I do. Like, I don't know. I'm always doing something. I'm always fiddling with something. So I'll show you these guys. I still have one more to print, and I'll probably print that tonight, so that way it's ready by tomorrow. And then these will go into the first phase of painting, which I'm thinking about, like, doing some airbrushing, but I don't have an airbrush. So I may like prime them with like a spray paint, like a can paint, and then go in and hand paint them but with a brush. This one I did, just share a little art with you, because some people do art on YouTube, but I did this one with like a brush, a fat brush, and then I did some of it with like a sponge, and to blend, because I blended a lot of white. What I did is I went in, I contoured everything, like the jawbone, everything with like a black. So at one point it was like not everything on it was black, but the cracks in the skull and the things like that. Because when I painted it white, I wanted that to come through the black, to come through the white, and it did it perfectly, right? Like you could, like if you, I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but when you get up close to this, you can see all the cracks in the skull bone going down through the back and stuff through here, and it just, the texture of the white and black together made it pop, man. It like, if you've seen this thing in person, it looks so damn cool. But like I said, I still got a ton to do down here around the base. Right, I'm not going to mess with the skull itself anymore. Maybe the teeth, I'm going to mess with a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit, of course, a little drop of some blood on the fangs of it. But I'm gonna do all this in like a metal type looking stuff, because it's got like these biomechanical hoses that run right through here. And then of course there's these couple um what looks like rocks around the neck of it down here. I don't know if y'all can see that. But I'm gonna individually paint each one of these. I haven't done that yet. They're just left white right now. But so I still gotta do a little bit around and underneath his chin, right, like right in here. I'm gonna go in with a brush, and I already did it some, and then I'm gonna stripe it a little bit. So he has, like I said, this one has about 2 more hours on it. I'll have 15 hours in it total, like total time. Um, that's my goal, to get it done within 15 hours, and then I don't know. I may keep this one, or I may sell it at the horror convention for like, I don't know. I don't know the price of it yet. I would say somewhere between 50 and $75 right here. All right. So, and but the process, if I could get the process a little quicker, I'm because I've been thinking about possibly getting me another one, another printer, so that I can pop out of 'em 2 at a time, right? And then if I got 2 of them at a time, I'm painting. That's why now I'm doing 3, and then I'm painting all 3 at once, because the most is mixing colors, and then once you get the color right, you're like, "Okay, well, I paint one." Then next time you go to paint something, you gotta get that same color mix, and it's hard to do that, to match it. So instead of doing a little bit of paint, I do a lot of paint, paint a few of them at one time, and then that'll cut down the time, it'll cut down the price, and then I can sell them a little tiny bit cheaper, right? But my thing is this, is I got 10 months before I gotta sell all these things, right? It's how I look at it. And so say I put them on a shelf, and I got 10 months to do all my different prints. So then when I go to the convention, I'll sell every single one of them. I know I will, because I seen what they had 3D printed, and I was thinking, "Oh my god, I can do 1,000 times better than that." Right? I'm just a creative person, and I make everything, right? The shirts, the hats, what I'm saying? I'm thinking, and I made good money just off my tumblers there. Like, I sold so many tumblers. It was unreal. I was selling them, Tiff was selling them. Rihanna was selling them. PJ was selling them. I mean, we had to bring in help. We were selling so many of them. So I know, like, I'm gonna be selling all kinds of stuff this year at the convention. I'm gonna be selling 3D printed stuff, shirts, hats, tumblers, whatever the damn soap. We sold a bunch of soap too, believe it or not. And so I'm gonna have one table set up with like all my soaps and lotions and body washes. And then I'll have the ones that I name after, like, you know, Camp Crystal Lake. I'll theme them, the soaps, by the horror movies. And then it's gonna sell even better because this year I didn't theme them. They were just Dolly soap. But next year when you go to buy body wash and stuff, it'll be like Camp Crystal Lake body wash and named after different, Elm Street cleaner and shit, So it'll have that horror movie theme to it, and I know they're gonna sell a lot better. So my plan is just to crush it this year and get a bigger booth at the horror convention and have all my stuff on hand ready to sell. Do you sell goat soap? Yeah, some of it. Yeah. Um, I'll sell you a goat if you got the right amount of money. You want to buy a goat? You can make your own soap. All right. All right, guys. I'm getting out here. Thank you. And if you don't like this video, I'm gonna have this vampire that is alive come bite you in the face, right? All right. All right, peace, guys. Dolly loves you. Check out buydollysoap.com. Promo code still works, all one word. Dolly rocks. Okay. That saves you half on all my soaps. My lotions ain't on sale, but my soaps and body washes are. We're almost sold out of everything. If you get your order in, we'll try to get it out to you by Christmas. Can't make any promises, but it'll ship by Christmas. We don't know if you'll get it by Christmas, but it will ship by Christmas. So you guys be good, stay safe, and Dolly loves you. All right. Peace.